little late night, late night. By the fire, man. Tonight we share some stories, vibe out, chop it up. No football tonight, guys. If you're watching in the background, leave the football questions out the way, man. We're gonna chill tonight, share some stories. I did come across this website. It's got a few little random questions in there. I'll throw them in while we're chopping it up. Still, why is my light so dark, bro? Thought it was light.
You come dressed as the hacker blood. Man came dressed as anonymous and that blood. And just...
No, I swear the lighting was brighter than that. I don't want to do it too bright though. Let me just.
No, man, you look like you got secret files on someone, blood.
Hey, not the ones you sent me, bro.
Me? Oh, listen, wait. Allow it, blood. Allow it, blood. Them files are saying you're not secret anymore, blood.
No, but no one reads them, to be fair, so they are technically still secret.
Bruv, I told you, bruv, they screwed me over, blood. I saw that the files were open. I'm like, yeah, let me just jump into these, and I already know the story, but let me read the details. Bruv, I was on page 13. I sent us, bruv, this is the 79,000 more pages. I said, what? Get off this, man.
Wait, you didn't see page 1 of. You just said, let me just dive in. You didn't see the of.
You didn't have it on there?
Nah, they won't have it on there. It's the redacted files, isn't it? They won't have.
No. I mean, I'm saying like you go page 1 of.
Nah, because I got it off social media, innit? So I was going
through
the
okay.
I was just scrolling, bro. They ain't reading all of these 7,000 pages, bro.
Bro, madness, man.
Ah, shit, man. All right, I see one of the questions. These ones are just random ones. I see. Let me just double check the categories. They got like journey, trivia. I thought he said flat Earth, but he said planet Earth.
Yeah, we know the Earth's not flat, so.
Soul, and then big questions. Let me see what they got in. This one said DNA, bro. I don't know. Oh, he says, "What is your worst habit?" That's one of the first questions on there.
Zubiri.
I am your worst habit.
No, I said no. I'm saying you, blood.
No, bro. Hey, bro. Listen, I know about the fire in that, but I'm not.
Nah, bro. I said answer the question, bro. Don't make it game.
No, you didn't.
Don't make it game.
You just said Zubiri. Nah, you just.
I heard it, bro.
Okay, so this is joke shit, because anytime we're on football and someone says someone's name when he asks a question, everyone knows what I'm talking about, but all of a sudden there's a campfire and you man are turn gay, blood. Fix up, blood.
Nah, bro. All I heard is man asked a question and you said Zubiri.
Nah, man. Stop.
You didn't say Zubiri, you answer, or Zubiri, you go first.
All right, Heath and Jake. Relax.
Which I respect. Given me.
Which one of you want to be Heath and which one wants to be Jake? But since you don't want to do this for
No. Stop.
Yeah. Let's do that, man. Ledger and Gyllenhaal, blood. You pussies, bro.
Yeah, listen, bro. All right. So, question: worst habit?
Your worst habit?
Perfection. Drives me insane. I have this image in my mind, bro, and bro, it has to come true, bro. Like I'll manifest it. I'll sleep on it, lose sleep over it, bro. It needs to be what I saw in my mind. If I say I'm building something, bro, yeah, perfection, bro. I'm chasing it. My boy called it chasing the dragon. He was like, yo, allow the dragon, man. I'm like, bro, if I get up today and I'm doing something, I'm not willy-nilly in that thing, bro. Perfection. Which caused me to not move all the time. Hence my channel never really is up and running. Because the vision I have for it, I can't fall short of that vision, bro. I'll go mad. I'll go insane, bro. So perfection is my worst habit. Because if I can't attain it, I won't even move.
Nah, it's mad. You know when you say trying to do a perfectionist, does that then lead into like procrastination then? Because then when you're trying
no, not necessarily. So basically I would sit down and my dad used to do this all the time. So once he told me what it was, I was like safe. So in the night we will premeditate the day. I don't know if I've ever taken it down to like the minute, but I'll give myself like 15-minute increments. So I'll say tomorrow 6:15 I'm getting up. 6:30 I should be standing in front of the mirror. This time I should be leaving, and it's like in 15-minute increments. I will do that all the way up till I'm back home, but I would do it the night before. But if there's a little, I don't know if that's possible. I'll rip the day up. I'll call out Because I'm like, there's 15 minutes in there that I don't control, and I hate that, bro. If I have to write off like 2-3 hours, I mean, like streaming, I'll just unplug. But like my actual day, if I have to write off 2-3 hours, I'll rip the day up. I'm not even moving, bro, because I don't like that, that 2-3 hour window. I hate it for my day. Then I'll just cancel the whole day, bro.
Yes. What about you, sir?
So I don't want to go down the same route now. I've kind of got the same thing. That's almost speaking to you about ideas and that, innit? Nah, but it's what it is, bro. Ends knows, blood. Like I speak to him about it every day, bro. I'm always got like,
Savage, because you know what I was thinking, and I kind of knew it. When you said Zubiri, I'm like, he doesn't want to say it, so then I say it. No, you can say it, bro. Tell the man about the socks. Now, just use the socks story. And
no, because that's a habit. No, because that's a habit to use. Like that's not a bad habit to me. It's a good habit.
Nah, it's a bad habit, bro. You shouldn't stop coitus to go fix a socks hanging out the drawer. That's a bad habit.
That word coitus.
Because shorty's there all moist and you're putting on pause.
No, because now I learned my lesson in it. So now that nothing is out of place, so now it won't happen again. So it's not happening.
Okay.
So yeah. That's not a bad habit to me. It might come across a bad habit to people around me because I'm always like, I can't stay still in it. Like if I see something out of place and that, I'm like, nah, I don't really. That's why I don't like people around me that much. But
you know what? I think it's a bad habit. And don't make a reaction yet. I'm sick of my boy. And the man said, "Yo, hold a conversation. Let me just wash the dishes real quick, fam. Yo, I come to check you, bro. Like we're vibing. Fuck the dishes, bro."
You don't wash the dishes, so I can't lie, bro.
Because he couldn't focus. He could not focus in the conversation.
I'm like that though, Zubiri. If there's something I know, like for an example, I'll tell you how mad it is. Yeah, if I look over in the corner and I see some dust, we're having a deep conversation. Like, bro, yeah, I'm thinking that you.
No, that's a bad habit, bro. Man will ruin your whole conversation, Savage, and then come back. What you were saying, I forgot. You went over there for 30 minutes. You thought I just held the point for 30 minutes?
I would have to go and deal with that, bro, because it's even. Bro, I've walked out of a room. I'll tell you how bad it is. I've walked out of my house, right? Saw something in the corner of my eye going, I don't like that being there. And then I've walked out of my house and I've gone back saying, I can't be bothered to do this later. I need to go and do it. So I've come back in, dealt with what I need to deal with, and then go out. That's how bad it is. I can't just leave things on that.
Yeah, it's a bad habit.
Yeah, I think apart from that perfection, I just probably got a bad habit of expecting other people to do what I would do in situations because it bothers me.
Projection, like projecting your men are just.
I wouldn't say projection. People. Yeah, you're close to it. I wouldn't say projection just because I wouldn't let it be known. It'll bother me though, and then it makes me just not want to fuck with people because I don't like being around people that much anyway. But I feel like everyone has different moral standards anyway, which is cool. I think there's some moral standards that align with most people, and then everyone has their different things, and then everyone has their like standards of just regular things. And when it comes to people, most people I've ever fucked with don't reciprocate the same stuff, and I'm just like, I'll fuck with people properly if I'm going to fuck with them and you'll just wind me up. So now I can't chill with people in real life if they're going to be on their phone talking to me, because I can just see that man engaged, and I'm ready. Like, you're wasting my time, I don't like my time being wasted. Like, I would rather sit in my house and do nothing than be out with somebody ignoring what I'm saying, or I'll say something to them and then they do that thing what Zabiri just said, not the washing up side, where it's like, yeah, what did you say? And I'm like, bro, how am I having to like repeat what I just said when we're next to each other, bro? It's not like you was actually doing something. It's not like you was in a conversation with a real person or your phone rang or anything like that. You're just like doing whatever, scrolling and that, bro. Just distracted by life and that, and I'm not plugged in like that, so I don't like it, innit? And obviously, when it comes to like helping people and doing all that stuff, I'm just on certain levels and that, and people ain't the same. So I realized that, man. That's why you have to do the lone wolf thing sometimes. Not to be cool. It's just what it is. It's the reason why I stopped going out, because I realized if shit kicks off, everyone's not gonna be on it the same minute, and I can't expect them to be. If you expect everyone to be the same stand-up dude as you, because it doesn't mean I'm right. It just means that it's not the same minute. I don't like it. So
Nah, I see a couple of the people then by the campfire. Clark is here. D23,
Yeah.
honesty, Neil H. Yeah, man, we're chilling by the campfire, man. But yeah, nah, I think for me, I don't look at it as a bad habit. I don't even know if I've got one. Maybe taking, nah, not taking things personally sometimes. Maybe I react too quickly, angrily. I think that's probably a bad habit. Controlling, like, for an example, I have to accept people are how they are, and they might not change, but I react in an angry way if I feel like they should be doing something in a better way. For an example, I don't know if I give someone advice on something and then they choose not to do it, I should just like, all right, cool. But then I get pissed off if they don't.
Yeah.
I should just be cool with it. Like, all right, it's just whatever in it. Throw away, comment, whatever. So prime example, like, right, I'll use what Savage said to me the other day and said about like the YouTube thing. I think you should do this. Took the advice. But if, for an example, if I was him and I'll go, yeah, and I didn't do it, I'll be pissed off about it. Because I'm like, I can see that you should do it and it'll help. But yeah, I'd probably just
That's
control
kind of
it.
like wanting, yeah, because that's what happens in it when you're not wanting stuff for somebody else more than they want it, bro.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, it's mad annoying, isn't it? That's like, yeah, man, that's
I'll give you another example. Say, for instance, to my son, right? So if he says, all right, Dad, I want to do this. And I'm like, okay, if you want to do this and be the athlete that I know you can be, these are the things you're going to have to do. These are the processes. And then if I see from day one, the mindset ain't there, like you like rather do something else, that pisses me off because I'm like, bro, you told me you wanted this. That's one of the things.
Have you mastered it now though, or is it still a struggle?
It's not as bad as it used to be, but it is still kind of a struggle.
I hear it.
Because I shouldn't get triggered so easily, but I do.
It's worse with your kid though, because you love them, innit? So you're trying to you want them. I told that's the same thing my son and his acting. I messaged him today when he had an audition, and the first thing I said to him is, "Do you need anything?" But you know what I mean? Because if as soon as he tells me something, I'm on the research. Like, yeah, I just went and saw this screenplay. I got this recorded for you, blood. I got this. I send you the link to this. Then I asked him about it, and man just on some. I said, "You watch it?" "Oh, no, I didn't because I forgot." And what do you mean you forgot? What else have you got to do, blood? You don't pay bills, blood.
Yeah, I don't like man pretending like he's out here just running around for 9 hours a day.
On the odd time when I message him and I go, "What you doing?" He's gonna say, "I'm watching YouTube." And I said, "But the video that I sent you is on YouTube." Blood.
Nah, it's when they're on their phone, bro. Man said, "I don't see the message." What? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't see the message, bro?
Yeah,
it's crazy. Big up to Honesty. He's got a question before I move on to the next one. Question 10. How long would you allow someone with bad characteristics slides before it starts to annoy you? Same question, Zubiri and Savage. Bad characteristics. It all depends. I think everyone in their own way, they might have bad ones, whether they think it's is or not. I don't know. Disrespect. I think if I get that, then I that's one thing I don't have. I can't allow someone to be disrespectful. And without me just locking them off, because I'd rather that than we get into a long route down somewhere. There's no point. Younger version, yeah, I'd love to go down that route, but older version, nah, I'm cool now. That's just me. What about you guys?
it's not far off.
So I want to say, I've never actually thought of it this way. Usually I'll just remove myself, but then I don't know anyone that just have a bunch of good characteristics. So I believe I was like 20, and then I came across a Bob Marley quote that said, "People are always gonna hurt you. You just have to find the ones worth suffering for." So that's when I start like really looking at crackheads differently, because that is a bad characteristics. It doesn't affect me, it only affects them. So that's how I measure it. If it's something that will affect me, let's say like one of them YNs, right, on some crash out thing. Yeah, if I'm around them, it could affect me based on what they're doing. So that's how I categorize it. If it's something that's going to affect me, then yeah, I'll remove myself. But if it's just something that's affecting them, no, I'll just let it slide. It doesn't affect me. It's when it affects me, then I'm like, all right, I can't be here. So that's how I kind of chop it up. So, I mean, I'll let it slide as long as it doesn't affect me, bro. Like I've seen people drunk, overdose, and like I said, if it doesn't affect me personally, man, like yeah, I'm calm. You know what I mean? I've seen people suicidal. I've been on suicide watch watching the suicidal person. And yeah, come out of the other side. I'm just like it didn't affect me, man. It's just what it is. If it doesn't affect me, bro, I don't know if you man can relate, but in Jamaica they say, yo, as long as it not kick off my food off a fire, meaning if it doesn't stop my food, bro, I'm good. As long as I'm eating, man, I'm good. Like you're not eating because of your bad habits. All right, too bad. I'm eating, bro, and I'll eat in front of you. Just to let you know, bro, you need to fix up. Like, yeah, I'm biting into this steak, bro. Oh, you know, well, you don't eat. You hungry? Well, do what I'm doing and you eat. It's just what it is. So yeah, no, I'll let it slide, bro, because it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, I think as you said, until it stopped. How long we bad characters slide and it starts to annoy you. The thing is, bad character on the surface level, like bad characteristics. There's probably a lot that everyone can agree on what's a bad characteristic, but then there's also things that just don't go with your personality, and it comes across bad because it's you, but to somebody else, it's not a bad
Yeah,
characteristic.
take smoking for example. Somebody that smokes cigarettes or cigars, like myself, like that's a bad characteristic. So does it affect you? I mean, secondhand smoke might, so you might distance yourself. But for me personally, like I said, if it doesn't affect me, it'll slide. And who am I to say what is bad or not? Like that just could be who the person is.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. The stuff that annoys
Yeah.
you, the things that will just annoy me straight away though. Like it won't take something once is enough to start annoying me. But I got brethrens that they're my brethrens because I've been cool with them a long period ago, and now they're almost like I see them every now and again, and I'm always reminded in about 5 minutes, blood, why I don't want to be around them. And for that 5 minutes of talking, I'm just like, all right, man, I'm just gonna deal with this because man is annoying me. But like, nah, because I see it all the time, man. Like bitchy men, you know, the men that speak like women and that, brother. And it's got parents.
Listen, man, I get into that bag every now and then, man.
Nah, man, but it's like the first thing I'm trying to talk to him about stuff, and is everything is an excuse about something else. And if this person what is doing whatever, it's always some evil way that they've done it, some negative way. This person's got money, yeah, but I bet this is what happened. If this person's in great shape, oh yeah, I bet he's on steroids though. If that girl looks too good, oh I bet it's because of the leg. I'm like, brother, it's not that serious, bro. Like, what's your problem? But I know it's a projecting thing from him because man got bare insecurities and that, and he covers it up with like dressing certain ways.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, brother, I know what your problem is, but I don't like that. I don't like it, and people probably get annoyed by me because I've always got an answer for something, and it's always the opposite. So, when it comes to women, a lot of women don't want to hear your response to something. They just want you to listen to them and agree.
Yeah.
And I can't do that, and I can't even do it if it's my own missus, bro. And sometimes I can see on her face. Luckily enough, she jokes with me so much that she'll be like, "Yo, why you got to defend all these other bitches for? Just agree with me, innit?" And I'm like, I can't.
If you're in the wrong, I'm gonna have to tell you.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. Because I can hear the jealousy in people's voice sometimes, and oh, you bet that girl's doing this because she got her money from her parents, and then I'm like, yeah, that's what parents are there for. What am I going to be jealous for? You get me? Oh, bet they just got handed this by this family member. Yeah, that's what family is, isn't it?
It worked hard. The ones before to pass down whatever it is.
Yeah. You're just mad because it's not you. Because if I said to you, if your mom had this money now or your dad hand down to you, would you take it? You'd say yes. So stop the bullshit, man.
Where did I say Nick is in the building? Nick's of all times. You guys are doing a chill stream when I'm at work, bro. You know what I mean? Next time.
Nick's out there doing work with anacondas and koala bears and that blood and kangaroos blood. Like, what you want? Atmosphere and that. I hear it. Big up, Nick, though.
I've got another one as well. If there was an extra hour in a day, how would you spend it? What would you use that extra hour to do if you had 1 extra hour in the day? Spend it working on a craft, working on.
I'll answer you to you lot can cover it because this is easy for me. There'll be nothing. Dude, the answer's nothing, bro.
And I want you to know, I don't know if I
Hmm.
said it off stream or when we came live, bro. I only unplug when I'm on stream with you, mans. Right?
Hmm.
There's not enough time in the day, bro. I got so much things to do and can do. And I ain't shifting that needle, fam. Trust.
That's why I said nothing.
Do you know how quick an hour goes now as well? How it feels
You
like
mean
it's
how
like-
quick, bro? And 60 minutes, bro. I brush my teeth for like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and I brush it like 3-4 times a
Brother,
day.
Enzo starts-
Eats
Enzo
up that
starts-
hour right there.
Enzo started stream, bro. I look up, it says 52 minutes. I said, what the fuck have we done in 52 minutes? What
Bro.
intro? We done an intro, and man asked everyone how there was, and it's 52 minutes gone in the stream. Look, bro.
Yeah. What you gonna do? Drop an extra hour of content, bro.
I hear that question. That question's mad still because Zabiri's answered it kind of the same as I would, and I feel like people will try and find like a snazzy way to answer that question, but the answer to most people would be hour in it. Like,
Bro,
you want me-
even if I get an extra hour of sleep, it wouldn't move the
Yeah,
needle.
because I start thinking like because you start thinking of like, nah, I'm just being a dickhead, bro. Because I'm like, where's the extra hour? And like, okay, it's 25 hours in the day now.
Right.
What?
Is it in the daytime? Is it in
Yeah,
the
that's what.
nighttime?
You got. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, when's the hour though? Because there's gonna be a
Bro,
point
I'm
where
already beefing with daytime savings, man. Gonna ask me about an extra, bro. Don't piss me off, bro.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
but
where
you-
to put the extra hour in the morning, the
Even
night,
extra
in the
hour,
evening.
bro. Don't piss me off, man.
because it's an extra. Like at end, you just got this in it because we just our
Yeah.
clock changed yesterday. So everyone, when people say that to me all the time, they go, "Oh, we got an extra hour." The other go, "You got an extra hour in bed now." Or you got, and every time someone says that to me, I'm like, "We don't have an extra hour in bed because your clock.
Thank you.
If you wake up at 6 o'clock every day and the clock changes, and now it's technically 7, but your clock says 6, bro. So you're gonna start getting up at the same. Bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
man,
no,
no.
it didn't make sense.
I big up you,
Oh,
man.
so now we're
I love,
and so we're anti DSP now. All right, safe. Yeah.
I love that
No.
you, man. Nah. Big up YouTube, man. 'Cause I love that the one with intelligent people because that rattles me every time when someone says it to me. I'm like, bro, what are you on about?
You was against me when I was saying one daytime savings.
No, I wasn't.
No, well, it was a different argument, I think.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
well. It weren't about them
to the
saying
argument.
about, yo, I'm
Thank
going to be
you.
in bed an extra hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah. I'm like, bro, it's the same time, though. Like, even the clock still says this time.
They
was-
force us to change the clock. To Savage's point, I woke up. My clock said 6. Our next man is gonna tell me, "Nah, you got to move that to 7."
Yeah,
Yo,
but
listen, man.
especially
Nah,
if
yo,
it's on your
listen.
phone.
You know what? Let's next question, bro. Because I'm getting
But
riled
if it's on
up. You
your,
men
if
are
it's on
trying
your
to-
phone where it changes, your phone changes it automatically anyway, bro. So it's like, all right,
No. But I still got clocks around the ends
yeah.
tracking a certain
Great
time.
point, you know.
Next
I
man is
need to
telling
change
me
my
I gotta
clocks
move
in the
it
house,
forward.
bro.
Yeah,
No, I need to
so-
change the clock in the house. That's a great point.
Don't tell me to move my clock, bro. Yo,
Nah, do you know it's mad when he said the clock thing? I looked up and I saw mine. I was like, yo, that's an hour behind still. I need to
yeah, you
change-
gotta go change that. Why you gotta go change that? Ends? Did you set it already? See, yo,
No, but it's mad, yeah, because I've got it there and I don't think I've ever looked at the clock on the walls, bro. I don't think I've ever looked at them. I've got a watch on and I've got my phone, so I'd never. Yeah, that's mad still. Okay, this one's an interesting one. What do you want to be remembered for? This one's a deep question.
I don't
deep.
very
care.
shallow to me. But
I don't care. I don't care.
I would want to be remembered for the same thing my sister told me. She was like, bro, no matter what came into your mind or comes on your mind or your mind conjure, you do it. And for her, she's like, yo, I've never seen anything else like it. No one else is like that. Like, if I tell you I'm going to do something, not necessarily like the YouTube shit, just like what I'm really about, bro, I do it, bro. It's been, bro, I couldn't tell you how far back it goes, man. Like, I don't even know what it is, but that's what a lot of people remember me for, bro. And it wasn't even like my doing. It's just everyone says the same thing, bro. You know what I rate, man? If you say you're gonna do something, it's done. I was just like, damn, I didn't even look at it like that. Even things that's just out of the confines of the area that I'm in, and it's like, yo, that's not possible. Boop, there it is. Very possible. So I want to keep.
What if we added some egos in there? Because my ego is saying something else, bro. But
Go on and tell us what your ego's saying.
I don't know, bro. Something crazy, like something worthwhile in it. Because, all right, I look around, right. For an example, how many people like die on a day-to-day basis, and they'll just be forgotten about. But there's some people in history that's left a lasting legacy, no matter what. And I'm like, what? In my mind, I'm like, what does that look like?
Ends, your face is covered. I think we've heard enough.
I hear what
I'm
Ends
telling
saying.
you right now, bro. You're gonna have to do the madness to match up with them people that you
No,
know.
but I didn't even want to match up to them. But I'm always thinking, like,
But I'm
what
just saying,
what is it like?
Madness.
Obviously, they don't know. They don't know because obviously they've gone on in it. But I mean, the legacy they've left behind. You're like, yo, what does that? What does that?
What do you want to
quantify?
be? If you had to choose that or being remembered within your family forever, which one would you choose then? Because you can be remembered by everyone else based on something you did that helped people, even though you wasn't aiming to help those particular people, but it helped people. Or, everyone's got this where they have conversations with friends or other people, and they'll be talking about, yo, I remember my granddad was like this. You always hear somebody's like, yo, my granddad, this granddad. You know what I mean? To be resolved, bro, like people always talk about people of the past and that, and I'm like, to me, I don't care like that. It's a boring answer, but I really don't care at all. Like it doesn't bother me. I don't want to remember as some nastiness, so don't want me telling lies on my name when I'm gone. but I won't know anyway. So it will all be about whatever I've left behind. Does it affect other people? So I'd just rather not be remembered. I don't care, bro, because I think remembering me is going to bring sorrow to people's lives because they're going to be sad that I'm gone.
What was your question that you asked me though, or was it Zabiri about? What do you want to be remembered, your family or?
Oh yeah, I asked you. Would it be? Because you was talking about the bigger scale, so I'm saying, would you rather be remembered within your family? Remember, these people are within your family, by the way. You won't know them because they're going to be different generations.
Yo, we had this, uncle or grand uncle or great grand, and he used to study DNA, and he figured out that in our DNA there is a freaking L chromosome, and he told us how to tap into that to see the things in that, like that type of member in the family where it's just like a lineage thing. Like it's actually in my family. There's this one guy, he was known for a specific thing, and it's talked about, man, even till today. I'll tell Riga the story as well.
But what if you we look back at the generations, right? How far back do you have to go before you're forgotten about? Because how far back can you, man, realistically say, I know this person? Do you know what I mean? Because when we're gone, how far back they're like, yo, I didn't even know.
It'll be how much the story's told.
Yeah. I think this generation or this current crop of people that are alive will be whether it's good or bad or indifferent, it will be remembered probably longer than the previous generations. Just the way everything's documented now, and where we're heading.
Yeah,
just everything's
documented and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like even personally, there's people that I know who I've known personally on YouTube that are dead now, and like they didn't hand over the password to certain people and stuff. Their channel's just there, bro. Like it's just there from the last video, and then you check and it's like, oh, the last time they did a video before they died was like a day, then it was a month, and now it's like 6 years, 7 years, and it's just there, bro.
That's true. That's where you probably leave that lasting legacy there, I think, because we have the social media aspect now. But that's interesting because, but to your question though, I think in the sense of what Zaviri said, something like that. I'd want to be, remembered for that. That's just my ego though. I think you just my general self. I'm like, does it really matter though? Don't really. But I just always found it interesting to see, whether good or bad, the legacy that people have left and still spoken about to this day, 100 years later, whatever years later, and they're still spoken about.
Yeah. I think the legacy can have an effect on somebody as well. It can have an effect on future generations of your own family if certain characteristics that you lived with, and it's likely to be enhanced by time as well, because we're not an eyewitness to these things. Everything sounds more grandiose in it after time, whereas we know that at the time it's probably not bad. So this king died on the battlefield in war, but I'm like, but so what? The cameraman was just standing there and he didn't die. Nah. You get me? He was on the battlefield, but was it as heroic as you said it was, or did man just shoot with the arrow and he was dead early? Blood. When you hear them stories, I always think someone just running around with
with a feather pen, just writing the story like, "Oh my
You
days!"
failed on that, blood.
He threw his,
Yeah.
he threw the sword. Oh,
Yeah,
he went left.
The hill.
Dodged
Just
right.
a hill in the distance. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Everyone does that, bro. You either like you downgrade the story or you big it up a little bit more. And sometimes it's not even on purpose and it's just life in it. So everything sounds like a movie to people. But I think if you do something great or you've got a great personality and I don't know, it's something that people can take traits from and improve themselves, then it always sounds good to go, wow, remember we had Grandad Ends, remember Grandad Ends? Yeah, I heard he was blah blah blah, he was so brave and he just do this and that, and then you got other family members like, yeah, I want to be like my granddad, bro. You want to be like, yeah. Even though I don't know him, I heard he was a great man still. So, one of them.
All depends on the legacy you leave behind. This is a good question. Do you believe that addiction is a legit imbalance of the brain or lack of self-control? I can't speak for every addiction because I don't have those. I've never experienced them. But if there's anything that I've got like class as like a habit or a bad habit, then I think it's a lot to do around your self-control with certain things. I don't know in terms of, say, the drug aspect. I don't know. I never did any of those things. So I couldn't tell you from experience or not whether that's an imbalance or self-control. But I think it's always down to a choice, isn't it, really,
Yeah.
for you? So I don't know what led you up to making those bad choices or choices, whatever way you look at it. But it's always down to your choice. No one's ever gone, right, for an example, if someone was just doing it to you all the time, for giving you drugs all the time or whatever it may be, then you'd be like, right, there was nothing I can do about that. But if you opted to go to it and stuck to it, then I think it's more of a lack of self-control from that aspect. And I think anything that you have or a habit, I think you can stop it. Is it hard? Yeah, of course it is. But you can find a way to stop it, bro. Whether there's rehab, whatever it is, there's plenty of places you can go for that level of support to help you get over those things. But yeah, I think once you choose it, it's a choice at the end of the day. You choose to go and do it, whatever led you to that way. But for the people that didn't have the choice, then obviously I can't speak for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. It is an imbalance, but that imbalance only comes after you've made the choice, so ends is right, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you didn't choose to show up some heroin in your arm, you wouldn't be addicted to heroin before that.
True.
If you never tried chocolate, you wouldn't be addicted to chocolate before you tried chocolate. That's why babies ain't addicted to anything. And that's why, like, on a deep one, but that's why man them in Auschwitz and that they weren't addicted to stuff, bro, because they were starving in it. So it was like, yo, if they had an addiction, oh my god, I'm addicted. But nah, blood, you can't be addicted to something you haven't had, bro. Man wasn't addicted to sex before I had sex, bro.
True.
I'd be addicted to the thought of
But
it.
you're addicted to it now.
I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, I think the imbalance, proven and like research and all that, the imbalance comes after you've made the choice because then the stuff in whatever you're addicted to, not every addiction, because some are just that the people pull it on people go, oh, it's addicted, it's the easy way to get away with it, because addiction, the word addiction sends off bells in everyone's head that's like, maybe they're an addict and that, so you should give them some leeway, when really it's like, nah, man chose to do that in the first place. I'm not giving man no leeway in that. That's why everyone's always sticking up for alcoholics, isn't it? It's like, alcoholic, and I'm like, yeah, he chose to drink, blood. What do you want me to do? Now he can't choose to drink, but before he got there, he chose to drink, and then whatever's in the alcohol, that's where the chemical imbalance comes from. Whatever's in the whatever's in the food, and you know what I mean, whatever's in them Pringles that's you get me. That's the imbalance. Now you can't stop, blood. That's just what it is.
No, for real, man. I need to read the back of the Pringles box.
Pringles got some fucking cocaine in it, blood. That's what I'm talking.
Because there's no, bro, you can't open a pack of Pringles and go, yeah, let me just leave the rest. Let me just have like a handful and leave the rest. That don't work, bro. Crazy.
You man have got addictive personalities, you reckon? Addictive personalities.
Yeah, probably if it's something that I love doing, then yeah.
What about user beer?
I was listening to you man talk about it, and I was trying to think of like some of the things that at one point in time I would say I'm addicted to, and then I saw Dustin comment about addiction is a lie, and then I realized, yeah, it's probably the excuse. Um, so if I say, yo, I'm addicted to guns and sex, I can't tell you how that created an imbalance in my life without giving you an excuse, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I used to say I have addictive habits. Like if I mess with something and I really like it, it's the addictive factor that would say, oh, that's why he keeps, eating the sweets or whatever. I don't really mess with sweets, but it's also from a place of, like before you have sex, you just didn't care, and all of a sudden you find out you can actually do it. Then you just kept doing it. It doesn't mean you're addicted. It's just you've been famine, bro. Like you haven't had this before. So like back in the day, you're probably eating whatever snacks, and your mom rationed the snacks. Bro, there's no way you can go back for more. I don't care how you was itching, you can't go back. So now you have the resources. You overindulge in things, but it's also just an excuse. It's not like you're addicted to the thing. It's just you have the resources. So then that's kind of like where it gets tricky for me.
That's why I use the drugs and stuff like that. What actually creates an imbalance instead of like
Right. Yeah. So but then not everything creates an imbalance because
yeah,
like,
not
when you
everything.
talk-
Because some of them,
Yeah.
you can tell with the ones when it's drugs because you see them ones, they all get something else that has the same like an artificial product to what the heroin or something had in it to supplement
Is
it.
you're
Some of
addicted to sex,
blue
it doesn't mean you're gonna sex every hole that you see. You see what
oh,
I'm
like
trying
my
to
man after a thingy, the boys,
say? Hey.
the one
Yeah,
inside
start,
the trees and that blood.
Uh,
Every hole he sees is on one, bro.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's so that's that for me. I think it's more of an excuse, but it depends on what you're addicted to. It could be the self-control piece, or it could be the other part. You know what I mean?
That's true.
One man said you're not strong enough, bro. A true statement has never been said, bro. You need strength to survive. I don't know why people feel like surviving is just a privilege, bro. It requires strength, bro.
That's why discipline is the most important thing to be on. Needs to be worked on. Needs to be worked on every day, blood.
Every day.
Discipline's keeping them in relationships. It's keeping people from doing a madness. Bro, discipline has to be top tier, blood. Like, I got over everything for me.
No, same.
Because motivation's a lie, blood. Like that shit's terrible. I don't know. I never use that with my clients and that, but like motivation's terrible because that just comes and goes, blood. You might not have to. You can't use that to get through life, bro. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you have to dig deep, man. That's what the military.
Yeah.
I think once
Bro,
if
you
you're
have, bro.
inside what you're doing, then the motivation can help. A little someone spurring you on kind of thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're on zero, but you still need to go.
That's why
sometimes you have to go before the motivation.
Yeah. That's why works.
The motivation can help you finish, but there's time. You need to go from zero. So
yeah.
Motivation get you from zero, bro. The motivation might get you to 100, but from zero, that's all you, playboy.
Yeah, because see them jobs that people don't like and that, and they do it because they got to feed their family and that. These men ain't motivated to go to that job. Look. They're just disciplined in it. It became a habit and they do it every single day. They're not motivated. But I'm excited to do the same job I do every day and get paid the same. I'm not like it doesn't matter how much they put into it today. They're not going to get paid.
Man just grind from zero.
Yeah.
Just build up a routine and then become an NPC. He was like, yo, why do you do this? I don't even know. Man, still on zero, bro. He haven't left zero.
But at the end of the point, the motivation on a odd day and that might spruce you up a little bit more. Do you get me? You might go somewhere every day and then the weather's terrible and motivation might get you through that particular day, but you can't use that every day. Don't work, bro.
I've got 2 more questions within this category.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you guys each one, and if you guys want to answer them both as well. So the first one is, what's your worst nightmare? And then the second one, what does it mean to be human? So I don't know who wants to take which one. And then
So that's the 2 questions.
You can have the human one, bro. You can have
the what?
You can have the human one, bro.
So what does it mean to be human?
What does it mean to be human? What a question.
That's crazy, What does it actually mean? How do you even answer that?
So, obviously, as a human species on this rock is the only way I can answer it, right? as a human, what does it mean to be a human? To survive, bro. By any means. That's what it means to be a human, bro. If you're alive, death is certain. So,
Yeah.
as a human being, bro, it's all about surviving. Now, how you survive and how you plan for the rest of your survival and the survival of your offspring, it's really down to by any means. Now, the means could be good or otherwise. You see what I'm trying to say? So there's good and evil, bro. I've always chose good. You know what I mean? To some, it might not seem good, but it's good for me. If it wasn't good for you, I'll hold my hand up. My bad, part of the game. Play it better. That's how I look at it. So I've done people over, but it was in the best interest of me. Oh, that's how I look at it. So to be a human, it's to survive, bro. If you don't want to survive, then clock out, man. Ain't nobody stopping you. Don't hold up space. Only got so much oxygen to go around from the trees, fam. Nah, it means to survive by any means, good or bad, whatever you got to do to survive, do that. Because as a human being, if you chose not to recreate or procreate, whatever, that's calm as well, but you're still surviving. The quality of your survival depends on your ambition. So that's just how I look at it, man.
I would agree with that in terms of just survival. I know there's always the question is obviously do you want more, and is there more to being a human than just getting up, working, going back, doing whatever? Some
No,
people
but
like that.
a lot of people overcomplicate the simple things that you need to survive, which is food, clothing, shelter, right? Now, the type of food you eat, it's down to your ambition. The type of shelter you have, it's down to your ambition. The type of clothes you wear, it's down to your ambition. You see what I'm trying to say? So there's no real guidance on how you should acquire those three things. Now, how do you acquire clothing, shelter? And I feel like that's where people get lost. They get lost in the 9 to 5, or they get lost in the now and not the tomorrow. So they'll secure the house and the shelter today, but don't have a means to sustain it for 30 years. You see what I'm trying to say? But it's really about surviving. And then people come in and capitalize off your means to get in there. Well, I know he needs this job at $5 an hour to survive. So, I'm just going to treat him like shit. Or, I'm going to have to pay my man big bucks because, he's improved himself. That's why you have the school system to improve yourself to make sure you can survive at a different rate, bro. It's like I said, to me, it's all a game, man. And it's all about your ability to play that game.
The messed up game still, because geographically, man, just being born in random places and they never chose to be born, bro.
Well, but to be fair, Savage, to be fair, right? I don't want to say some of those locations you can get up out of it, but people been migrating before the end of time, bro. I'm pretty sure if you craft the ambition to migrate and you craft the plan to get up out of there, you may die trying.
Yeah, the problem
is, let's be real. You might just die trying.
No, you're right, but the problem is you don't get to be born as an adult, innit? So
so you have to survive.
Also, as well, we're growing up in a time where there's borders now. Where I think back, I don't know, take it back how far you want to take it back. There was borders, but it wasn't restrictions. You could cross over and go and live somewhere else. Where now, so much more difficult.
But that's the game leveling up. That's the game, because basically back then you could just migrate to an easier life.
Pack up your settlement.
Nah, bro.
Different land.
Oh, you're born with level 2 skills off the island. You better learn how to swim. You better learn how to. Nah, it's a fun game, man. It's a fun game. I take joy out of it every day.
What about you then, Shav? With the what is your worst nightmare?
I'm guessing that doesn't mean like actual nightmare in it in terms of sleeping.
It doesn't give any like definitions or anything.
So you said not what makes you jump out of bed in cold sweat.
Yeah. Because I don't really have that apart from when the chavs punched me up the other day. That was
that was a nightmare, bro. The same dude punching me up in my dreams on multiple nights. Now that's a nightmare, bro.
These men were built like John and that, but like Glasgow Red and that, but like these mad. That was a nightmare as fuck, bro. Nah, don't laugh at me because, bro, I
Yo,
was
you
so
said some
worried.
heavy Nehemiah just punching you up with all your
Bro.
fighting skills in that. You know what I hate about dreams? It don't transfer your skills to the dream, fam.
Nah. It doesn't, blood. Because I can scrap in real life, but in that dream, bro, I'll just get punched up, blood. No
Yo, a
defense.
dream will not download all your attributes.
Yeah, do you know that one? Manchester does level 1. That's we start off at you.
Nah, because it's a lie, blood. Because you're thinking to yourself, you do the Matrix thing and it load the Kung Fu program and that. Not in my dream, though. My arms are stopped by my side. These man were just punching me up, boy.
Bro, you trying to run, you're running like Mario in that, bro. Just can't pick up speed, bro.
Can't pick up the speed. You look behind you and the legs are heavy now. Didn't download the fitness level. You don't need.
Oh, flat-footed. Nah, but Savage, what you reckon is a nightmare for you? Fiction or non-fictional?
I'm not a big warrior in it, so, but I'm probably gonna go with. It's probably just gonna go with something bad happening to my kid, bro. And I probably could stretch that to like other loved ones and that, bro. But my son in particular, bro. Yeah, with all the shit that we've lived in our life and that, and seen and been around and that, I was a kid when my friends' parents were losing their kids and certain things, and now my son's like the same age, and I'm like, I never want to be that because obviously we're kids, so you just get on with life, innit? Like I'm not gonna go. Now you're at the age and you're like, right, is this what they must have felt like? Because I haven't even gone through it, but the thought of it alone already like.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Because it's similar for me.
Yeah.
I say to myself, and I don't know if whatever is inside, right, myself, and I said, I don't think the world is ready for if that ever happened. God forbid. I don't know. I don't think it would. Maybe I'll go down in the history books. I think that's probably where I'll go in the history books. Because
all right, I hear Nissan, son.
I hear it because everything tells me that like if something bad happened, and I'm like, I'm gonna go on a rampage and all this stuff, but then I go and look and go, yeah, but bare these people's kids have been taken from her and there was no rampage, and I'm sure their dad said the same thing as well. Well, all I can say is that if anything happens to my son and his life's taken, then it's like both of our lives gone in it. It's over with, bro. Like there's no more life for me. And that doesn't mean I'm not gonna be suicidal in that, but whatever repercussions I take to try and sort it out means I'm either gonna go to prison for life or I'm gonna get killed trying it. And they're just gonna ruin my whole family. So that's why at all costs my family needs to keep my son safe, bro, because by doing that, bro, you're keeping me around as well. But I can't be dealing with
the rest of the.
When I see them parents and that, like my friend's dad and my friend's mom and that, but when I see them just get on with life, it does show like time doesn't heal everything, but time goes on and people just get on with life, innit? And sometimes when you like step out of stuff and you just look around and you're like, rah, this just happened in my life or this person's life, and everyone's just still going to work. Like nothing's changed in their life, bro. They were gonna go to the supermarket and buy whatever. They were gonna go and buy this for their kid and go on this date. Nothing's changed in anyone else's life but yours, bro. I always find that crazy, man. Because it seems like a big event, doesn't it, if someone's been taken? But then it goes down to like, as humans, we're not that special, but like, then we make purpose, we make meanings of our loved ones and that. But to the rest of the world, we're not that special. But to the various point being on the rock and that, I want to zoom out, blood. We're just whatever, innit?
Some speck of dust.
Yeah, when I'm looking at cockroaches and that going, oh, you had a special life and that. I wonder what my man's uncle's doing, but like, I don't know who they are. I don't know what life they've been living. So,
do you know strokes? Is you look at them and we're like the zoomed out version, and it's a week.
Yeah.
And I always thought, does anyone else zoom out and then look at us, bro? Like they know that one where like
because when we watch like them David Attenborough programs and that, and then they zoomed in on the ants and all that stuff, and they got the super red dragon camera out and that. I'm like, bro, now it looks like a family life, innit? Now I can like empathize even more watching it because they look huge now, these insects and that. But on a day-to-day basis, like even without choosing to, man are just stepping on their yard and that, bro. So yeah, that's a human.
Man looking up like, yo, this waste, man. You know how long it took me to build it?
Like ants and that, bug's life, blood. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, it used to be that Danny that like the plastic bag and drip it like helicopter.
Yeah, bro.
Man, still, man. Yeah, that was me still, man.
I've got another one here. It's different section. This one's called the journey, right? There's a few interesting ones. Do you want me to just give you guys each one and we just answer them as we go?
Yeah, let's answer all of them. Let's run it.
Have you fulfilled your potential? I'll start off. I don't think I have yet. I don't think so.
Shit, it's mad vague, man.
Yeah, because it all depends, innit? You look at all your skill sets, you look at your traits.
I don't wanna cop out yet, but I don't know what my potential is.
That's what I'm thinking.
But if you
that's the
don't know what
problem,
it is, that means you can't have fulfilled it then.
No, but what if I did and I'm overachieving?
But that means you still haven't. Because if you know what it is
Nah,
and then
but-
you hit that target, then you know. But if you haven't hit that target, you won't know.
Depends. I'm from the mountains of Jamaica with no ambition to move to America. I don't want to say my dad kidnapped me, but that's the joke I run. Man said, grab a boxes. We're going on a little trip. I'm like, safe. Bro, the pilot said we're landing in New York, bro. I actually forgot I was on a plane. I was like, hey, wait a minute. Yo, I got clocks at the ends. How the hell did I end up here in New York? And all of a sudden, I don't want to go back. So, if you leave the UK right now, everything that you wanted to accomplish in the UK, it's irrelevant if you're in the United States. Because now you have to accomplish things there. You do that, you leave, you pack up, go to Greenland, it changes. So,
But based
Don't
on that
know.
answer, then that means I don't think you would ever be able to hit your potential because the
I
potential
don't
means.
even know what your potential is, bro. All
No,
you can
but
do is
I hear that. I don't think we can quantify and go right. My potential is this. I get that part. I agree with you guys on that
I think
standpoint.
if you section it, if you
yeah.
categorize,
If I section it up and go, yo, have you fulfilled your potential with weaponsmith? I'll be like, yeah.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So if you say if you go, have you your potential in your career, then you can quantify it in it because you've got a goal that's there, and whether you get to that goal and then do more after, you still reach that goal, which means at that
Yeah,
point
it's
you
like
have
master.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, because it's crazy. I get that part as well.
Yeah.
But I still don't think you have because if you can still reach higher than that. So even though you hit the level of that particular career, for an example, there's not a higher level per se, but you can still home in on the skill set even higher. And if you can still go past that and then get there, that means the
Let me
potential.
ask you a question, then. Let me ask you a question. I'm not gonna make it about me, so I'm gonna push it into a different industry.
Cool.
If you grew up wanting to work on cars, like the Honda dude, you know, trial and tribulations, and he ended up making his own car.
Right.
What's more to do than making your own car?
So that's a good question, but here's the problem. I think you can then still go, could I actually build like a submarine now?
No, but
Could
it's
I
okay.
build a plane? Could I actually build a rocket ship? Do you know what I mean? Then because I don't know what the potential is, could I actually do it? Let's go and see. That's why I
Yeah,
don't
but you're
think.
not, but it's no longer about cars, is what I'm saying. You're going.
Yeah, but it's
into a
the,
different
I look
category.
at it as it's something you're building something. So my potential is I can build a car, so I'm good with building that. But can I now build something different, something bigger? Could I really build that?
seems
And
like
if I get there and I can't, say for instance, I get there and I go, right, let's try and build a submarine, and then I can't, then I'll be like, do you know what? I'll probably hit my potential in terms of, oh, I'm only good at this level, and that's my potential because I can't build that particular thing.
Yeah, but the other thing wasn't in your trajectory. It's you maxing one out and then taking your max skilled to zero and trying to max out that. So it's like me building generators. I do build generators. But for me to go, yo, all right, I'll build generators, then now let me go build a car. If I failed at a car, you can't say, oh, well, generators is only a level. No, I've maxed that, bro. There's nothing else for me to do over there.
But that is your level, though. You'd have to say that is
No,
the
but
level
it
that
wouldn't
you
be
reach.
my level. It would just be my lane. Like I can't take 100% at generators, get to 10 in submarine, and then be like, yeah, I'm only a level 10 at submarine, so I haven't fulfilled my potential. My potential is just over here at generators.
yeah, I guess it's
So I'm
just
saying-
all potential is a development, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like having the ability to develop something further on down the line in it, and you can see it early. That's why we do that thing with ceilings and all that business. But I think, you can take it either way, because if you have it as careers, I think careers you can hit your potential, because I didn't make the career in the first place. Like, I went into a career what was already there. But when it comes to like life, I don't think it can be answered.
I think to be fair, and I'll just confess, I don't think I've hit my potential on many things, you know. I don't think I'm a great husband. I think I can be better. Being a father, I mean, you're gonna be a father till you die, so there's always gonna be different tests. So I think I can be a better father. So yeah, personally,
like
I don't think I've hit it. So
Yeah, I like that. Different categories, yeah, 100%. The way I am, my mindset and that though, like, I don't know, man. I kind of feel free in my mindset now, so I might hit that potential already still. I feel like a wise old man, bro.
yo,
But
you know what's crazy? All of my brethren that's older than me call me teacher. I hate it, bro, because these are men I look up to. I wasn't even trying to surpass them, and these men are like, "Yo, what you saying, teacher?" And I was like, "Bro,
yeah, man, it's just like a mad wise thing. But like, yo, I know, man. People in different cultures and that put different names on it and make it sound all airy fairy and that. But that's why it's hard to
yeah,
get along with it, bro. But when you listen to certain things and that, that's why sometimes I ride with the Buddhists and that. I understand what they're saying still. Like, they're saying it in a certain way, but I know what they're saying, bro. Like, man's enlightened, bro. Like, I'm just sitting there, like, yeah. If you put me with anyone, bro, I'll just reel off all the
I'll
advice.
give you, man. Wait, I give you, man, a story today that just came back to me as we're talking. So I pull into this place over in Swansea, Massachusetts, and when I'm making the left turn to go into the parking lot, they had a big ass catapult from ancient days. Like, they preserved the thing, and you can see they're keeping it up. Big ass catapult from the war days, you know. And I pull in, and it's supposed to be like this arcade gaming area, theme park, indoor thing. But I'm outside with the generator, and some old lady pulled up, and she was like, "Do they got a water park in there?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure. I'm just outside with the generator. I know the place looks crazy." And she was like, "Yeah, I keep popping in as they're building it because I'm old, and I got cancer, and I just want to live on the edge." Bro, I was rapping with that old lady as if we're the same age. And I was just like, "Yeah, man, you're gonna have to get your feet wet, man." And she was like, "Yeah, I just want to go down the lazy river." And we end the conversation. I was just like, when did I become this? Like, I told you, man, I can assimilate energies and shit, but I was just like, when did I really become this? Some old white lady, bro.
Yes, because people quantify it by age, that's why, but it's easy to do that with the previous generation because they had to deal with, like,
Bro, I'm talking to this woman like I know what it is like to be diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
Old white lady, bro. Shouldn't even be driving, if you ask me, but she's just nosy, being a Karen, just popping in on the people's job site and that, trying to check on the progress of the water park / arcades in that, bro. And she was just like, "I can't wait for the lazy river to open because I just want to be on a lazy river all day." And I'm just like, nobody wants to see that. Well, she said cancer. I was just like, you know what, man, fuck it, fuck what people.
Yeah, good for her, man. Get as much out of life as she can.
Nah, Dr. EQ, man, says Raw just hopped in here and is looking like a Seth Lord. Roomy. I don't know, we're just vibing.
Almost ignorant.
Hey, come and sit by the campfire, man.
No, my thing is that I just think I'm on the pursuit of happiness, blood. I just live off that, bro. And I don't think you ever...
Do you think that's a question? I think, like, listen to you guys speak, right? I think even with that question, I think we would have to answer it for not for ourselves, but we could answer it for someone else. So for instance, if I look at you and Zabiri, based on how much like I've known you guys now, obviously there's stuff that I don't know about you guys, but from what I can tell, I feel like you guys haven't, because I feel like there's so much more for you guys that I see. I'm like, raw. I see you guys hitting somewhere else. Maybe that's not what you guys set for yourself. That's fine.
Nah, Enz, we're tired. You're looking at two tired old men. I know we're the same age as you, bro, but you're looking at... I don't want to disrespect Savage. I might speak...
No, I hear it, because for me, like, Zabir is at the...
Me and Savage were two tired old...
Yeah. I hear what Enz is saying, though.
We're tired. No, Savage won that. We're tired, fam.
Yeah, but you're at the top of your industry as well, innit? And I have acquired all the knowledge to be at the top of my industry, but the top of my industry is just being the most popular, bro. Yours isn't. Yours is the actual work. I'm not interested in being the most popular in any industry I'm in. I don't care. So
But it wasn't my ambition, Savage. It was just
no, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter if it was your ambition, and like it's just what it is though. So you're at the top. Like mine is some of my things are in regular life. People will call it like art, and it like take photography and that. It's just art, because you can just take my camera and take a picture as well. Now I might see stuff that you don't see because I've been studying it for so long and that, but it's just a photograph, so it's all subjective at the end of it, and you can't really get to the industry. Someone's just going to say, "Oh yeah, he's the top photographer in the country," and that. But if I put my photo next to that person's and don't tell them whose it is, you won't know which one it is.
And
So
what do you see for each of us? Is a good question I like to know.
I don't, and that's the thing. I couldn't pinpoint it and tell you, but just based around speaking to you guys, the knowledge you hold, the way that you guys carry yourselves, the way that you can inspire people to do other stuff. The even like you say, you guys we're old kind of thing. There's so much knowledge there. Even just helping like the youth of today, bro. Like
Nah, burn the youths, man. Don't come here.
no, I hear that, but I'm just saying in terms of the potential, bro. Like that's what I always think. I think if you answer it for yourself, maybe you won't have an answer. But I think if someone else answered it for you, I think they would tell you nah. And it's not because they don't think that you've done great in what you do. It's just because they look at what you guys have achieved and what you could achieve and go, nah, I still think there's another level to reach potentially. Whether that looks like, whether that's in the same industry, whether that's something else, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
I'm always at a crossroads of it, man. All the time I'm at a crossroads of these kind of things, bro. Because I just feel like I've seen the importance in the main things now early. So my quest to do whatever it's not even a thing anymore. I'll just do it because it makes more money or whatever, just because life in it. But I don't care, bro. Sometimes I wish I did. I think it would be cool, bro, but I really don't. I really don't. I just don't get, like that's why people don't impress me anymore based on like accolades or what they've done. I'm probably more impressed by someone's character, bro. Like just listening to somebody like, "Raw, this person is mad cool, bro." Whereas that's crazy to loads of people in it, because someone being cool or someone being 5-time Olympian and this and that, they might be more impressed by that, but I don't care. Or if I met that Olympian, I might be more impressed by their character than the medals, bro. Because I'll be like, "Rod, you do all of that, but you're just this kind of person, and you really care about this." Yeah. You're just an honest person. It's crazy for me, bro. Just put me with some animals' blood. And
Yeah, put your feet in the ground, bro. I'm good to go. What would be the title of your autobiography? I think mine would be called The Lessons Learned.
The people I've met, as a youngin', the only thing I wanted to do in life is travel and meet people. And I I wanted to join the army for guns, and I ended up doing generators. And in 1 year, I hit about 35 different countries. And then when I came back and I was depressed, I got into TV and hit every stadium in the United States, Olympics in Rio. And then I went to a mom and pop company and went to every single town in New York. And I'm talking about the state, not the city. And then I realized there's some towns out there, bro. Jesus, bro.
Didn't
Well, listen,
exist, bro. Like, it's
bro.
crazy.
Bro, when men pull up here and see where I'm at now, they say, "How did you find this?" In my travels, I've met people, bro. I've met so many people. I've always pulled a story out of them so I can remember them, bro. I can't even count the amount of numbers I deleted out my phone the other day. My contacts was over 10,000. And every name I can tell you where I've met that person.
What about you, Seth? Where we at with your title?
it'll be called him.
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 Yeah.
Timothy.
Yeah. Him Kardashian blood.
All right. Let's reel it back, kid. Nah, man, trying to be serious by the fire, and that man's trying to run jokes and kick up the ashes.
Yeah, it just be called him a savage story, blood. You get me? No special, nothing on the front.
Wait. Are you saying the hymn of Savage, like HY him? Him?
No. HIM him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was going to do a Broadway musical sing along.
Yeah. Him, bruv, plain black book and that textured page. Him in small writing. Done, but man is gonna see it on the shelf and say, "Well, I'm going for this, blood."
What color would your book be? What color you going with?
Black, matte black.
Sounds like one of those ancient Egypt books, bro. Him.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to look like, blood. Man, to see it on the looking at the death hold and that from Doctor
Yeah,
Strange.
you do like. Should I pick this book up and read it, bro?
Yeah.
Where's this other book go?
And when man pick up the back of that and see the blur and that, blood, let me just quickly read it.
I think I'd want mine to look just like this.
Yeah, looking like the dark hold and
Like
that.
a scroll, blood. I hear it.
Yeah.
No, that's what Agatha with that still and Wonder Blood. So I don't know.
Yeah, nah, it'll be like this, man. I actually dropped some shit in this, you know. Where did I get this? I think I had this from
Why
09.
does your book look like a spell book, by the way?
Nah, I had it in 09. I got it from Iraq. It's made out of like camel skin and something else.
Yeah, like the normal witch books, bro.
Yeah, them Erica
Nah, even
Badu.
like this- Yeah.
What about you, Enz? What was yours called? Lessons learned.
Lessons learned, yeah.
Oh, rah, this is when I start writing in this book. Madness.
Go on, tell us, bro. What year was it?
Nah, this story is actually mad, you know. I won't give you the top. It was 7/17/2014. I'll give you the middle paragraph. Damn. Raw, bro. This is when I went to Dubai. Raw, bro. Bro, I had $13 to my name, you know, like all bank accounts. Now, I can't give you the details of this, bro. I was in Dubai October 3rd, 2013. I had $13 to my name, bro. Raw. And then a year later from that, which is 7/7/14, had 40,000. All right, say less, man. All right, big things was happening back then. All right, cool. Say less. Nah, this book.
Was you doing it like was you writing it like a daily journal kind of thing?
Yeah, I went from 7/7. There's 7/9 in here. This is when I was in Afghanistan. In Kandahar airfield. That man was moving out them goddamn opium, you know. I'm gonna see the last entry in here. I haven't read it in a minute. But this is how I want my book to be. I want it to be script. Oh, okay. I left it at oh yeah, this is when I start. Oh, yo, you know what I was reading then? I was reading nah, this is dope, man. Ends, big up yourself. I like how the constellations align.
Okay.
I was going back bare memories, bro. Go on,
Yeah, no, because I guess I made it back to my room and realized the potential of one's ability, labeling that into the attributes. What are some attributes of a human being? Raw.
He wrote that, and you asked him that question about humans not long ago, blood.
Bro, that's why I was like, yo, I wrote this 2014. Nah, this is mad.
That's why
I'm doing that for a minute.
You see, you watch the Chamber of Secrets on it. Close that book, stick a fucking dragon stuff in it, blood.
Yo, you know what? Let me wrap this back up.
Yeah. I'm not trying to see the Tom Riddle thing, blood. Allow it, bro.
Ends.
Bro, that's
Your boy been on this. Ends. Your boy's been on this,
brother.
Zabiri,
you know what that is, blood. That's a Horcrux, blood. Get rid of it, blood.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna be honest
with you. Voldemort soul in it, blood. I know, bro.
Nah. I'm trying to find the other one. Nah, I swear down. I have another one here, right?
Nah, that is crazy.
Wait, no. Let me find this other.
I knew this Zabiri guy was different. Man's out here just putting pieces of his soul in different things and that, so we can gamble it.
You know what's crazy? And now that Savage said it, this book is me.
You got
as a
another one?
person. Yeah, this one is everything I know about generators. I had this book since 2008. This is everything I know about generators. I had it from 2008, still pristine, bro. And then this one is the ones for me as a dad, like a father. So, like, yeah, if I lose these three books, I think I've died.
Professor Quillman. I know, blood.
I
Professor
have, bro.
Quill,
In a fire ends. I'm grabbing these three books. One about my career, one about my travels, and one about me as a father evolving. I can't lose these. My kids need these three books, bro.
And
When you
listen,
said hit your potential, the book isn't finished.
how
So I
did you
don't
get
know.
asked the question? And
I'm
it
just
is
saying, bro.
written in the book?
When that scar on Enz's head starts hurting when Zabir is on screen, just know, blood. The Quill, blood. Just know that, blood.
You know, it's crazy. I felt like if I lose the one about work, I feel like I will give up on my career. If I should lose that book.
You always got somewhere to go back, revisit certain things in it. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, not but ends. You
Um,
need that. You need that. You should. When your brain start thinking about flat Earth, just start writing, bro.
I do write. Do you know it's mad? As I was saying to Sav, I started writing a book about growing up from Jamaica till not from now. I've not written ages, but from my first memory up until maybe a year or two. When was the last time I mentioned me writing? So maybe last year sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, about last year sometime.
First
Maybe
memory
like-
weren't one of them Terrence Howard memories, was it? But
Not or 2 + 2 is 1 or something like that.
Nah,
Nah,
man said he remembered the womb
Remember-
blood.
Terrence Howard said he remembers falling out of his mum, blood.
Man said he seen the white blood cells, bro.
nah,
Yeah.
my memory don't go back that far, bro. That's crazy, bro.
You know, I don't write in it, so I think I do. I just record. I record myself.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like, you see that feeling when you're like, oh, where's the pen? I need to write that. I just go into my phone, click the recorder, speak to it, blood. Or turn my camera on and speak to
Might
it.
try that, you know. That's cold, you know. I've never thought of doing
Especially
that.
especially if you're trying to write a book or a story, it's much better doing it. Because remember, you can do the thingy, the voice to script thing, so it'll turn
Yeah,
it.
I did download a recorder, but you know when I downloaded it and it started telling me, yeah, you could use it for a bit. It's like, yo, you got to pay. Blah,
Yeah,
blah.
pay them pussies.
Oh,
blood.
recorder, bro.
Just use the Apple one, bro. Just use the one in the regular
Yeah.
one, and it'll work. But what do you
Yeah,
have? Know your football? What you do with the kids?
Yeah.
What's your ambition for that?
I don't even.
More clients are like a school or an academy. I always wondered that.
You know what it is? I've said that to myself that I would love to have that, right? In terms of a conveyor belt of getting them to the first step and then just letting them go and see what happens, kind of thing. That's kind of my idea. So for an example, as I think I mentioned it to you, start of the summer coming up, I'm trying to get certain connections with the few clubs in and around me because I want to then push them into there and then see what that does. So that's my next step. So the goal is to get them to just go on and be great.
Mhm.
That's one of the things I love seeing, like, you know, the progression of just people in general. I want them to just go like, rah, I got here. You know, you hear the little old coachy stories like, yeah, I remember my first coach, man, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, rah, that's cold.
That's
You
when
know?
my sports goes back to the school in it, and they're like, oh, that's my PE teacher. But
Yeah, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember the first session he told me and he got me to do kick-ups and blah, blah, blah.
I love them stories, you know. I love them, especially when people have like evidence of it as well. Because I'm like, yo, as if like all this person was like that. They really like they've got evidence of everything, bro. This man was really running around saying he was going to be this player and play for this team and do that, and he's just doing it, bro.
Because they leave that last, and it's always fun because you always think, right, you left that much of an imprint on that person that they, no matter what walk of life they've been in, they always remember the teachings, bro.
That's why that Ian Wright clip's always killed me, bro.
Mm.
You know it's one when he sees his
He's
teacher.
the old guy, yeah, man. That's
God,
mad,
bro,
innit?
he killed me every time, bro. Like the face on the I've never seen a grown man face change to like a little kid that quick, bro. And he looked mad because he thought he was dead on it.
Mm.
I was like, raw, but then when you hear Ian Wright's story and that, I'm like, nah, but this man really, this teacher who's just being normal, changed man's life just off being kind, bro. It's crazy, man.
Pushing
So
them and
People should be
even,
kind to people, bro.
even like now, yeah, because I even got like message from one of the players and it was just like, I don't feel like it. I don't get the praise.
Mm,
Like I don't feel like I get enough praise from you when I do certain things,
yeah,
and that kind of hit me because I was just like, I'm sure I do give like everyone equal praise, yeah. But obviously they looking for me to give them that. And that shows how much of an impact I have on their life because they want that from me, and me
yeah,
not doing that. So little bro, it was mad because I sent them a message, like sent them a message and said like blah blah blah. This is how I really feel. Da 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 da.
yeah.
I think you're super. Blah blah. And I said, if I keep giving you praises, I don't think you will ever hit the potential that I think you have, because I
Mhm.
feel like then you're just gonna think you're better than what you are.
Yeah.
And I said, trust me, do everything I keep telling you to do and watch, and you see. And I guarantee in the next game he scored. Brother scored a hat trick in that one, and he's one of the ones that's potentially going to Brentford in the summer. And he scored a hat trick in his next game. And he said, "Yeah, you told me I was going to score," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I did."
That's because you come from the school of Pep Guardiola and Vince McMahon. But that's what, nah, because I heard grown wrestlers say that before. Like, oh yeah, I just wanted. I'm like, at first you feel like costing them in it because I'm always
Yeah,
on some joking and that. But I was like, yeah, man, them turning them into kids. These like all they went through this big WrestleMania match. The thousands of people cheering for them, and all they wanted is when they walk through the thingy is like for Vince to say that it was a good match. And Bear of them said that when he didn't say anything or when he just gave him the look, he like ruined their whole feeling. I'm like that's mad because you got 60,000 people chanting
people
for you, bro.
chant your name. Yeah, it's
And that one
crazy.
person is like, nah, if it's not him, then I'm not really trying to hear it, bro. But I like that, man. Like how because you're doing a great thing, bro, and it's working with the youth as well, bro. So it's football that you love anyway,
Mm,
and obviously they're learning more than just football. Like most of the kids that you've got, even on being good, ain't gonna make it just by
nah,
statistics in it. But it's what they take away from it. It doesn't have to be.
life lessons.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be that. But just being a stand-up kid, and especially the way it is now with how the youths are. Just being a stand-up kid and learning certain things and that, and discipline and that, bro. It's a great thing still.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy, man. I've got another one. Got more questions. I got one more. Run one more and see how we go.
I'm feeling
This
that one.
one's a mad one, still to be fair. So, why do you think today's world is such a mess?
Oh, I just saw the answer. Let me go pull that up.
Going to the whole crux for this one. I hear it.
I just saw it, bro. It's madness.
Book of spells for this one. I hear it.
Why do you think the world's such a mess? It's a
All right. So run the question again because I literally just read the answer.
All right. So it says, why do you think today's world is in such a mess?
All right. This is literally what I wrote in 2014. Knowing one's limits the time one should know when to give in, stop or restart or refresh an idea, plan or dream without overindulging, which is known to men as sin in today's world. But sin is commonly treated as the norm. I wrote that in 2014.
That's mad.
yeah.
Wow. What the world?
Thank you, Wentz, for bringing me back to these books. I oftentimes come to the study and meditate these days. Don't play my video game anymore, but it's good to open up the Holocruxes and see what old Zabiru was on. Your boy should have been a goddamn tyrant or something, bro. But yeah.
Told you about
The world don't deserve me, man. So I told you, man, about my YouTube channel. The world does not deserve me.
What are you thinking, Sal, in terms of the
I
world?
just think it's weird because I think in general, the stuff that have happened, the great leaps that we've made into say I want part of it, bro. But I don't like claiming other people's stuff, but the people that advance technology in a great way, the end goal always seems to be more convenience in it. That's humans always they want to evolve, and that an evolution isn't so much as physical as much anymore in a short space of time. It's exterior, so it's all these different things, and that's the great thing. And it's great when you watch it in movies because the movie's on for an hour and a half in it, so it's exciting. You watch Back to the Future, everything looks gas when I was a kid, like, yo, that's cool.
Trust it did, didn't it?
Yeah. But now it's like that level of convenient. Everyone wasn't supposed to have that. It's not normal, bro. You know what I mean? People were supposed to work for certain things, and I don't mean work as in 9 to 5. I mean like you have to go and acquire that yourself, or the ability to do this is based on this, or
Mm.
the ability to make this much money is based on this, and it's not given that easy. And don't get me wrong, there's always been a select group of people on a high scale that's been able to do that. And that's fine, as long as the majority of humans weren't doing that, because there has to be some order. Now, only because the order was already made in it, the system's already there. So
Mm.
you're born into it, and you kind of live by that, and you try and play the game, and so I'm fine with that. Now it's gone all over the place, and now the access to do certain things is very easy, and people are more lazy than they've ever been, even though everything's easier to do. You get me? So acquiring the knowledge before to go to the library and figure out certain stuff, but man can Google it, but man are more like they're less intelligent.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing. Like when you go to the library, you would have got the book and read the book. You can Google it, and you're not requiring that knowledge. But that's when people that like, now I know what this is because I Googled it. But that doesn't stay with people most of the time.
No, it's true.
You didn't have to go through certain things to get it. And I reckon if you were saying like, I don't know, astrophysicists and this kind of scientists and all that, if they were Googling stuff when they were getting their degrees in the early doors, 80s and all that, they wouldn't be doing it now, bro. They wouldn't be able to.
I feel like your answer is heavily, I wouldn't say blame, but it's heavily focused around technology and not humans per se.
Can I give you a little bit? I know we don't watch the red pill, blue pill stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was listening to, what was it, Myron, the brother from Fresh and Fit, and he was talking about, so to kind of tie it in, he was talking about like technology, and he was saying before he like made his kind of money, he had life experience. You know what I mean? He was going through life doing all the hard graft, blah blah blah, whatever. Then made his money. But he said now because of technology, a lot of these kids are becoming rich really young, so they don't have the life experiences. They don't have to go through the actual the struggles to make their money. So then they don't really, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. They don't really accept that, like what you were saying, Sav. They don't have to really go and gain the experience and work hard for it and put the hours in and go and study. They can literally just do one thing, go viral, and that then makes a career, and then they can make money. But from there, they've never really done anything in life. So they don't know how to act. They don't know how to conduct themselves. But then imagine that person's got 1 million people, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. They've never really lived life. Now they're leading 10 million people, but they've never actually did anything and gained any real skills. So yeah, and then they're the ones leading the next 10 million, the next generation. Like, bro, that's why the world's going in a mess.
Yeah, we kind of added.
I think it's going in a mess because of people following. I don't necessarily think it's technology, because you can have the.
That was my point. That was my
if
point.
you don't follow, then the technology itself becomes useless. And the reason why I say that is you're right, and that's one part of it. But he's only a leader because someone is following. So the construct of it, that's how it's designed. So what I mean by design is, if you notice, everywhere you go, you have followers. Bro, the idea of me becoming a follower, that's why I'm not on social media. Like, I'm not a follower, bro. I know some people don't think of it the way I'm thinking of it, but nah, it's like having a master track and a slave track. If I was rapping, that's where I dropped business, because I have a rap group back in 06, 07. Not rap group, I was managing like a reggae group. You know, you used to have the little dance, and then that group is the ones running that dance, and then all the little groups will pull up, and there's dancers, and then there's like DJs and stuff like that. The minute I found out they called the original track the master, and then the ones you give out is the slave, I was just like, because that's all, bro. I already see the design of it. You see what I'm trying to say? So with social media, once I saw the follow, I'm just like, wait, what? I'm not a follower. It's like, no, you just follow. No, I'm like, no. I would never be associated with a follower. So that's why I do YouTube, because I'm just a subscriber. If YouTube changed the word subscribe to follow, I'm out of here.
Yeah, the problem you've got answering this question though is you're doing it from only your point of view, but the more people's in general in it.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to project my thing onto them. I'm just saying if you're gonna follow someone, not social media follow, but just in general,
Mhm.
there has to be something about that person beyond what they call it, the intangibles like money or the clout, right?
Mm.
So let's say I'm following ends. I can tell you, hey, I'm following ends because I like the way he sees things. I like the way he views things.
Mhm.
I can't just follow ends because he has nice cars. Who is ends? So this is a question I asked my girl the other day. I'm like, you don't care about the quality of life of the person that you're taking the advice from. Like, what kind of person are they? Because how do you know the advice is based in sound experience and reality? Because if that person is warped on just I'll come up on 10 mil, so I'm just doing whatever I want, bro, they have no moral compass. They
But then
just
you have,
came up on. Yeah, bro, I asked her this because I'm like, yo, you can't just be taking advice from anyone.
no, it makes sense. But then you're asking like plugged in people to think more, and they can't, bro. They can't. Like when you step outside of it, it's very easy for us to say like, why would you do it? I do it all the time, bro. But they can't, bro. They're indoctrinated in this, bro. A few scrolls for a year, and now they're hooked, bro. This is crap to them, bro. It's beyond the car, bro. No one ain't following no one for cars anymore, bro. The car's nothing to them, bro. Has to be the next thing. And everyone's it's the need for attention, but that's why I mentioned technology was the humans using it. There's nothing wrong with the technology. If you don't do anything with the technology, it doesn't do anything. It's just there.
Right.
Someone has to use it, but the need for attention, because we've opened this vast thing out, means that people just do mad shit now, and it's created an industry for money. When like for the beginning, when like Facebook first came out and stuff like that, or MySpace and that, it wasn't an income based thing, innit? Tom was making money off it, but everyone else they're doing their thing, and it's normally people's top friends and that. And it was all polite, and if you know this person, it's cool, and you follow this guy because of music. Now it's like everyone's after the attention. But you go on an explore page, you're gonna see madness. But I'm watching a man throw himself for a microwave earlier just because, bro. Just because. But the first thing I do when I see those videos, to the Zabiri's point, is I'll go straight to the followers because I want to see how many people are following them. And I'm like, raw. He just throws himself through microwaves, bro. Bruv. What social media's done for me is made me, now I know even more how weird everyone is. Because I already assumed that people were strange, but they never let it be known now. But to your point, what you wrote in your book, everything's normalized what wasn't normalized before. So now no one has any shame in doing anything. There's no order to it. Anything you two can think of that would have been shamed of before, there's an industry for it now, and there's millions of people following you for it. So why would I care about what ENDZ and Zabiri think when I got 907,000 followers agreeing with me? One, these two. I'll block them. Just pissing me off.
That was the thing, though, because you used to have to take that advice from within your bubble or circle. So, if you did something stupid, your brethren's family members like, yo, what are you doing? And then that would be, I would have to lock that off. But now, it's like they're doing something, and then there's like, even if there's like 30 people in there going, yo, that was amazing, blah, blah, blah. They'll rather take that now over their family members or friends, close friends, like, yo, that's dumb, you know.
Well, Zabiri said in his book about the limitations and knowing your limitations. It's a different level of self-awareness you have to have on it. Because if you're not doing certain things for a business, just for fun, fine. Don't worry about your limitations, have fun. See how many people are on YouTube doing business. Let's be honest, bro. There's no filter on it. There's no filter on Twitter. There's no filter on YouTube. When really, there could be like an adjudicator every month going around the zapping man's channel, like, your channel shit, get rid of it. This isn't helping anyone, get rid of it. This is terrible, get rid of it. You ain't making it anywhere, get rid of it. Check your analytics, and we know that in 10 years you're still going to be here, get rid of it. But no one's adjudicating anything, bro. Because even the adjudicators now want attention as well, bro. That's why you can go to a fat doctor, bro. You can go to a fat personal trainer, bro. You can go to whatever mechanic who don't drive. There's bare stuff now, bro. There's no filters anymore, man. And I don't know what the right and wrong answer to it is, because a lot of these things are new, innit? And it's the same with traditions and stuff like that. Like, some people do the traditional male and the traditional female thing. I don't even think that's a thing anymore.
It's the fake it till you make it. That never sit well with me, bro.
Yeah, I
I
hear it.
can't be fake. I can't, bro. I can't fake it, bro.
You think there's two
Man.
parts? You think there's two parts to that? The fake it till you make it. Because some people say act how you want to be in it.
No. There's different. The fake it till you make it thing, right?
Mm.
I see the positive spin as dress for the job you want, be the
Yeah.
person you want to be. If you're being someone that you want to be, how is it faking it if that's what I'm manifesting? You see what I'm trying to say? It's. I feel
I
like
get what
there's
you mean.
limits to it. Yeah, I feel like there's limits to it because, bro, faking it till I make it. From where I was coming from is the guy that pour iced tea into the Hennessy bottle
Yes.
and
Yeah, I get what
acting
you
like he's rich.
Yeah. Fugazi guys.
What the F does that do for you when you make it? So now when you make it, you can just have actual Hennessy. Well, what does that even look like in me? Versus the guy who puts the suit on every day and just the part. You see what I'm trying to say? Okay, he's just the part. He got the part.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Who's
the man will
clapping you when you have real Hennessy now? Who's clapping you, bro?
Yeah, because the man will dress
Wow.
up and then put fake Rolex on, and then there's the man who will dress up and then just not wear the fake Rolex, just wear a regular watch on it. Because I don't need to do that. Now, what you're gonna do, like when you've made it and buy the real Rolex, no one's gonna go, "Oh, your Rolex looks real now." They're just gonna think you got the same watch on.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I'm
Imagine
saying. So
the
when you
real
was faking the Hennessy, now you got real Hennessy.
I hear it.
You're fake.
It just gives you a level of comfortability because now you don't have to pretend now. I think
You're
that's
gonna,
it.
you're gonna miss out on all them endorphins though. You ain't gonna get them now
Mm.
because it's like man ain't gonna praise you on something they already think you've got because you've been faking it.
Bro.
So it's like that's like man them just having the man them think I'm in the mountains with the green screen and that blood. So when I'm really there, man ain't gonna go, "Oh, Savage, where are you?" But same green screen. But
but that's the fake it part that I'm talking about. The other
Yeah, I hear
part,
it,
I just think that's manifestation. I don't even think that's faking it, bro. Like if I believe I'm an upstanding citizen and I come out and I'm always tucked in and always look the image, you can say, oh no, he's definitely different from the man them that sag and all of that good stuff. So you treat me with that respect. I'm not faking a respectable person to get respect. I'm just a respectable person earning my respect. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's listen,
I hear
don't
you. I have a problem with that, bro. That's what I told you, man, bro. Them man who tell their kids to go to sleep and then the kid closes their eyes, but your kids just faking sleeping to sleep. That is crazy, bro. Let them sleep. No, crazy is to tell a kid to go sleep and watch them squint their eyes, blood.
Yeah,
Let me go up there, boy.
Yo, we at the campfire. I don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah. And then the dude's gonna ask his kid, "Yo, you sleeping?" And the kid's gonna say, "Yeah, dad." And then close his eyes again.
Yeah, no, like my daughter said, "Yo, can't you see I'm sleeping?" I'm like, I'm not even gonna engage. I just ignore them. Like, yo, Dad, don't you see I'm sleeping?
I'm sleeping.
Like, yeah.
Get the innocence back in the. We got the kids still.
Yo, so I got a bit of a dilemma, right? Damn, how should I put this now?
Hey, this is
I think
terrible. I can't even lie,
I
bro.
think I hit you, man. With the Trini boy dilemma. So I'm gonna hit you, man, with another dilemma. So my man,
Last night.
Why is Mason and they're not watching when you do this, bro? Because honestly,
so basically, the wife said, "Yo, she's depressed, right?" So obviously, I'm trying to help him. I'm throwing him all these bones, and she goes, "Yo, I need to go by my mom. You know, just clear my head, shit like that." And the man's like, "All right, safe." So she went by her mom, but then she goes missing from like 2 p.m. till the next day. Just fell off the grid. Man hit me. He's like, "Yo, I'm calling her. No answer." I'm like, "Fuck you mean there's no answer?" When she comes back on grid, she tells man, "Yeah, it was a girl's trip." So I'm like, "Nah, bro, check the correspondence, bro. There has to be corresponding evidence of the girl's trip." No evidence. Man's like, yo, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. There's certain lines you cross or you don't cross, and I feel like you've crossed one, bro. She just go AWOL for one whole night, bro, from 2 p.m. to like 9 a.m. You know how many hours is that?
Mm.
And all you have to go off of was she was leaving a hotel when you finally got a hold of her.
Hotel.
It's the only fact in the story. The only fact in the story.
Yeah, let me put some more log on this fire, bro. I wanted to go bed, but we might.
Yeah. You have to run it, man. Run it, dude. I have to run
Yeah.
it. Miles, dude.
Put some more log on the fire, bro. The fire's
Yeah,
about.
just saying, man. I'm gonna have to outsource this one, bro.
We put some more log on the fire, bro. Turn the fire up, blood. Bro, that's a crazy. Because I think you have to go with your gut with this one, bro. My honest opinion. I think you have to choose what your gut say over anything, because you don't have the correspondence, as you said. There's no evidence, so there's nothing for you to then get mad at. At least you're just gonna be mad. It's only what the hearsay stuff. What she says, you say. You're not gonna be right in this situation, but the only thing you're right about is the falling off the grid thing. That can't happen. And I think that's your line where that line got crossed, because
Ooh, I think I asked that same question, yo. Big up yourself, Strasbourg.
Or has she done something like that before?
Never. Yeah, that was the answer.
I
Never.
mean, that's a big question, bro. If she's done something like that before, it's a pattern, blood. I mean, she's a bad defender, blood.
No, but not or a repeat offender. That's what I was trying to get at, to see if it was a repeat offender. But it was like, nah, first time. The first time is what got me though, because that's mad sus. That's almost like you're playing a game you don't know how to play and you just got caught up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to decipher, man. Was she Virgil who made a mistake, or was she just Maguire? The sticky one still. That's hard to decipher.
No. Break it down. Break down both. I think I need to hear both because I didn't see that coming in.
Early Maguire, 80 mil.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Bit of a decoy, blood. Playing for Leicester, blood. Did the right game. The team helped him. The rules were different. VAR was just starting. Could bring the ball out from the back. Seemed like a great defender, bro. At one point, people saying the best defender in the league, bro. She might have been the best girl in his league, bro. Then, you hear me, the crack started to show. One mistake happens. He weren't making mistakes before that. Not with Hangerland and Hoof and Morgan and that, bro. Not with Drinkwater and that. All of a sudden, one mistake, we get Manchester United Maguire, blood. And now we know he was just a decoy the whole time, blood. He was just waiting for the right club to make the mistake, sir. When she went into that room, Ten Hag was in there, blood. Was Ali in that room? Was she just waiting for the right mistake, blood? Because Virgil, we know what his game is, bro. Man, what is just one mistake? Oh, it's nothing, bro. You ain't done nothing like that before, bro. You get me? I mean, sometimes you stand off on that, bro, but you're not really a mistake, man. Perisic skinned you out on that one time, bro. No problem. But it's a weird one because obviously it's just a trust thing with her, innit? And you kind of have to just do the man thing and make a decision, blood. Like, almost be happy to be wrong if that's the case, innit? What can you live with? What peace can you live with? Like, because you have to ask yourself that question. What would you do in that situation? You just lock off the whole thing, knowing that she probably could be telling the truth, and you can live with that, or you go by her words and then have to live with the fact that she's probably lying. That's the choice you gotta make, bro. It's not instant either way. But instant either way, if there's gonna be no evidence, you can never be right or wrong, blood.
Can't be, bro.
You could just come
Until
to peace.
the mistake happen again, then you're like, all right.
Exactly.
Then you see the pattern.
Mistake happens again, and then it's like, yo, you know what I mean? We know what you like now. What's she like anyway? In general, good woman.
I don't know personally. Couldn't say.
The off-grid things, man. Though, can't lie.
Yeah, off grid is a red flag.
Off-grid sound like she found something exciting. But
Yeah.
and got lost in the sauce, bro.
Yeah, no, the off grid thing. But matter of fact, bro, I don't even think like, because I'm trying to think, because like I when somebody comes to me with something like this, bro, I try to think like, how would I proceed through an off grid moment? Because like on weekends, my phone died. That's it. Not asked to charge it, bro. I couldn't go off grid, bro. If I go off grid, bro, I couldn't even tell you what I'll be doing. Like I'm never really off grid. Even if I go back home on some off grid shit, bro, like it's probably studying or
Because her reason for going off grid wasn't good enough.
that's what I'm hung up on as well, bro.
Was there any
Being the person
phone
going off
dying?
grid.
Was there any phone dying? Charger was missing. None of that.
Oh, I don't think there was any excuse, bro. It was just I think it was like a girls trip or something.
So the thing was like, yo, just with the girls and then don't wait to bother me.
Yeah, something like that. But there's no correspondence of that. Because I was on to that. Like, yeah, there's gonna be a transcript of that. Y'all take pictures. Y'all.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? There's correspondence with that, and there was zero correspondence, bro. I was just like, yeah.
I don't listen, man. There's certain things that I'm thinking of now where I'm like, she's lying, but like I can just think like without exposing Mandem and that, but she's lying. But I'm trying to think if Mandem was saying these things, there's only one reason why they say these things. But
Bro, yeah, it's mad.
yeah, I mean, because different if there's a girl's whatever and that, and then you've already had the discussion about it. Because I'm one of them, man. I was like, yo, just go and enjoy yourself, and I'm not trying to hear from you still. Right? Hear from you here when you check in here, and then hear from you after that. And as long as you're safe, I ain't trying to hear from you. In it, I don't want people messaging me when you're having a good time, but I know how weird it looks anyway. But if there's no correspondence at all, that's she moving single blood. Sounds very single like.
Definitely, man. Yeah, no, I thought I'd throw that one in there.
That's the question.
Bro, I got trust issues from time ago, bro. I don't know if I trust any female. And that's why I hate giving advice on a man's female as well, because it's just like I'm quicker to say fuck that bitch than work it out. Like it's just it's not even like the social media. Yeah, it's not even like the social media thing where it's like, yo, do you see these gold diggers and none of that. It's just like
that's what I'm saying about what peace can you live with after you just make your decision. Because I'm on some like shoot first, ask later blood. You get me?
Yeah, bro, them ones. So like the dude before this, like I remember telling him like he was in his marriage and he ain't chopped for like 2 years, and I'm like, big man. Man pull up listening to Buju, I Wanna Be Loved at a job site, and he ain't even Jamaican. Very offended, savage. Like I slapped him actually.
That sounds crazy.
No, I'm at work. I slapped him. I
gave him the James Miller in that.
Bro, savage. I made sure the generator was good. I was like, yo, just give me a second. And once I realized the generator was good and there's no catastrophe from the altercation that's about to unfold, like I didn't want to slap him, then the generator goes up in flames. Yeah, bro, I slapped him. I was like, yo, get your shit together, man. Don't you ever come to no job site where I'm at listening to no goddamn butcher, bro. You got a job. Fuck you talking about you want to be loved. First make money. Love will follow that, bro. You know what I mean? Or lust will follow that. The fuck was wrong with you? Man said I ain't chopped for 2 years. So
what was the excuse for that?
Not chopping for 2 years. I did not care for an excuse. I just didn't trust shorty. 2 years. You just got man here providing and you ain't. So I'm just trying to show you my level of trust. I don't care what the reason is. Trust is just not
2 years, but even if she was a nugget blood, 2 years, blood.
I'm saying she's moving like Frank Lampard, bro. No injuries.
Nah, I'm saying, but she has to be amputee. Blood, you know the car crash thing that lose their limbs and that. Even if it was a nugget, blood, you have to just chop her pelvis at that point. What do you mean, bro? 2
Man
years?
said the mouth works something, but yeah, nah, man said 2 years. I was
So
just
does
like,
the pelvis, blood. The vagina never got lost in the car crash, blood. Still got that. What do you mean, blood?
I'm just trying to show you my level of trust. I don't care to go deep into it. I'm just more so of how do you navigate it, because it's like you're saying trusted or not trusted. But I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no benefits in trusting it. That's
Do you,
what I-
okay. Do you
There
want
might be
to?
benefit. Is there a benefit in not trusting it, apart from his peace? If she's a good woman in general, then he might treat him in a different way.
good woman. I don't know, man. Like I said,
Does it affect your peace though? Right now, currently.
oh, it's not my piece, bro.
No, just in general, peace.
No, it's not my piece. Are you asking me if it would affect my
Yeah, who,
piece?
the person it related to. Does it trust?
Nah, bro, man's like I said, man's pulling up listening to Buju and that. Nah, the dude definitely is upside down, man.
The thing is, like,
bro, I have to call this man tomorrow and check on him. You know,
if he's one of these man them that need closure all the time, because if he locks it off and he's still thinking about whether she done something after he's locked her off, then he might as well just stay with her, brother, and believe her. Once he's locked her up and he has to think about it, he can't do anything. And you know what she's gonna do then? Then after that point, she has the right to move on because you're not with her anymore. Now you got to deal with her new man, just doing what he's doing with her, and the fact that she might have cheated on me, bro. And you know what she's gonna say when she bumps into you with a new man later on? She's like, "Listen, I know you got a new man and that. Just want to see how are you and that." She's like, "You know what? You know I never cheated on you that time, innit? Like I really never. Like I have no reason to lie to you now. Like it was good. Man's just gonna dash himself off a bridge, blood. Guy could have just kept her."
why you got to go to suicide? No, but why you have to go to suicide, bro? Because it's not like one of my fears. But you remember when we was fighting over said, you know, he who should not be named, and we was discussing. I was like, yo, send him to the dark side. I've seen no, we're at the campfire. We're at the campfire, right? I've seen man come into the dark side on some. Oh, Zabiri said I should come in here, and just couldn't cope with the darkness, bro.
On a Bane thing, innit? Darkness is your ally.
Yo, man just couldn't, bro. Man just jumped off the tree, bro. Man said, F this.
That's what I'm saying about the man's character, because I was right that day, blood. The man who we're talking about is Batman. He's Bruce Wayne. I told you that the whole time, bro. You kept trying to take him to the dark side. I'm some darkness is my ally, and that I was molded by it. Bro, I knew he wasn't.
Man can't be molded by the dark, bro.
I'm actually disappointed he wasn't, you know.
He's living good now with Alfred and that blood. It's good.
Nah, but he could have been consumed by the dark Zabiri, bro, and that wouldn't have been good.
You know what? I need to stop recruiting people to the dark side, and that's why I link you, man, because you, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to outsource some of these issues, because, bro, I'm ready to just recruit the dark army, fam. Just, yeah, bro.
But he's moving like Anakin and that blood. You don't need just do the Obi-Wan thing, blood. I don't know why you on this recruiting for the dark side of that.
Nah, because you see Strauss bar question with the trust anyone. Like I trust people to be themselves, right? Like I don't care who you turn out to be. So like I'll trust you to be whoever you are. My thing is, it's in your best interest to tell me who you are as early as possible. Okay. If you're gonna drag the thing a year, 2 years, and then show me your real colors. Yo, you could have just showed me that from day one. And that's why I told you, like,
that's what men do with women in their relationships and that. Show them down
drag the BS out.
Yeah.
That's why I know that a lot of the time it's not the girls that are talking shit. Look, I know some of these men have been lying to their girl early, trying to impress, and then once man get comfortable,
do the fake it till you make it thing. I'm not with that, though. I'm not with that. Nah, I'm not with that though.
You know that's why most people get not clinical depression when it's with the medication, but you know that seasonal type depression. That's where it comes from, bro. Lies, blood. Lying to yourself.
Some of it comes from like lying to yourself as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, lying to yourself. That's the biggest one. It's the biggest one because it becomes so stressful trying to play a character. That's why actors they record for 6 months and that, and then they don't have to do that character ever again. Blood. These men just want to stay in character, blood. Just want Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I hear a few men can't escape the character, bro.
Yeah. You seen that with real people who do the method acting, go crazy for a bit, bro. Stuck in the character. Yeah, it's madness still. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, nah, you men are just out here playing with people. I'm in the dark side, bro, but I keep it 100. I let you know. I am a dark person living in the light. I am a bad person choosing to do good. I put that up front. Advertise that big and bold.
I hear it, man. Some darkness have to be embraced in that blood. I just don't want
Yeah,
to be.
bro, because this darkness will, yeah, bro, I've seen it. See destroy many people, fam.
Yeah, man.
Why do you keep trying to recruit them, bro? You have to let them live, bro.
Nah, because you know what I think is easier. I think it's easier to see what's in the light when you stand in the dark than it is to see what's in the dark when you're standing in the light. If you think I'm bullshitting, turn on the light and look into the darkness. You can't see in that. But if you're in the darkness, you can see what's in the light. That's just my perspective on it.
Yeah, and to end this point, why are you trying to recruit man blood?
So man can see clearly what's out there.
But why are you trying to recruit them? Let them see if they're gonna see it, blood. Man,
Dude, do you know? Nah, because I'm big on pirates, man. Jamaica, the pirates,
And you know,
Caribbean.
bro,
The man them with the one patch is why they got the one patch. You
And
man
you
of
know,
men of
bro,
wisdom.
guy was trying
Answer
to
the question.
recruit the
Why
coldest
do they
Jedi
have
to
the
the
eye
dark
patch?
Yeah,
Savage,
man.
You're trying to recruit the coldest Jedi to the dark side for no reason, blood. When I told you, blood,
Savage.
he rides with
You are a
Yoda and
smart
that, blood.
man. Savage, you are a
He wasn't
smart
built.
man.
He's not built for that. He wasn't
Not
built.
built
for
for it, bro.
Ends. I reckon you know the answer as well. Tell the people why the pirates wear the eye patch.
I don't actually know. You know.
You don't know either, Savage.
No, I don't know.
It's
So
enhanced
they
vision,
wear the
man.
eye patch because
Enhanced
when they're
vision.
outside on the ship, the sun, when
Yeah.
they go underneath the hull, they have to adjust to the darkness. That's where the eye patch
Okay,
comes
so
in.
they use the one
switch the
to
eyes. Yeah,
they can
fam.
adjust it.
Yeah, bro. If you don't rate pirates, I don't rate you. Fam.
I rate
Yeah,
pirates.
and
I'm not
look,
talking
pirates-
to Somali,
bro,
man.
Yeah, I was about to say, because the pirates I know are called Abdi and that, blood. And that.
Hey, listen, no, I'm not talking about them, man. But do you know how them man became pirates as well?
This guy, bro. What's the only person?
Bro, everyone knows a Somali you called Abdi and Muhammad. Blood. That's
No,
why
but basically
know,
they
man.
became, bro. They were fishermen.
Yeah, that's why they boats are like they are fishermen.
No, they were fishermen, and then the ships was just disrupting the.
I'm the captain now.
fishermen. Yeah, so man's trying to like, bro. It's listen, man. Let's not get into that. But big up the dog. Big up the dog.
All time
Love
Abdi
the
still.
dog. It's all
Yeah.
about perspective, though. You know what I mean?
No,
Like, I
listen,
really
I'm
think you
fine
see
with
that
you being the
from the
homie,
dark.
embracing the dark. Just stop trying to recruit man. Let them.
Hey, stop trying to recruit people in the dark, bro.
Nah,
Let
man,
them
listen.
make their own decisions, bro, and decide where they want to go.
You moving like you know Thanos was running around trying to get the stones and that. Yeah, all them. Thanos is here, children of Thanos.
You say
Bow
ma.
before him.
You say ma.
Bro, you know how, bro, man, them have to talk about Thanos' ego. You know how cold that looked, bro. Every time man landed, he was just announcing it to people.
Yeah.
All behind the mighty Titan. Bro, it's like,
No,
then I'll rip it off your corpse.
Yo, listen, man. But now, you know what, man? Yeah, I rate the little campfire sesh still, you know. And
Therapy, man.
you had me open one of my books, man, because I was just curious as to what was in it. The fact that I touched it.
Crazy that one of the questions you got was in the book, bro, that you wrote down.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the books, bro. I mean, but
I ain't
but
gonna tell
all
you.
of those are from 10 plus years ago as well.
Keep that in the book. Man, they're trying to bring out the Horcrux again. But
Nah, you know when man have to unwrap the book, you know that book should not be unwrapped, bro. When you have to pull
You know,
the string out.
you know what's mad, yeah? I might have only read the most positive pages out of that book. That
Good.
book is the dark hold.
good, man. I'm telling you, bro, J.K. Rowling was onto something, bro. Because when you think, if you make a metaphor for what the Horcrux is, blood, use like you too as well, bro. You've really left parts of your soul in different things growing up, blood. Moving on. You don't want to revisit it sometimes, blood.
You know what? On that note, I forgot who I told. I didn't write it in the book because I didn't feel like it should be in a book. I feel like that's given the answer to killing me easily. You know, when I meet people, I tell people different parts of my life. So in order for you to get the full picture of who I am, you would have to combine all the people I've met. Because they all got a different version.
See what I mean? Voldemort, blood.
Voldemort, bro.
Exactly what happened, bro.
Honestly, Cody Abdi is a beard, the pirate.
You know what's mad, yeah? You know, I always fantasize about being a pirate till I went on a cruise ship. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Man said Blackbeard and that, blood.
No, no, you know what, Savage? I was like, no, I'm good, because if that bitch sinks, bro, because I'm not the biggest and the baddest or the fastest ship. It's long days out there, bro, on the water. Long days, bro.
That'll be a good time to go back to, you know. Would you be a cold pirate, you reckon, if you had your own ship?
Nah, I'd
All
be
hands
shit.
on deck, bro.
I'd be shit.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck, bro. We have to.
I don't know. I think I'd end up like a Viking. Just 2 months at sea. You don't need a release, bro. When I pull up, I'm sorry for
But
all
that's
them
where the
little
whole point when they
Pocahontas running
travel
around.
across the, you know what I mean? Travel to the
What
Caribbean, bro.
the plank and that, blood. Just,
Nah, but everyone had a job, man. That's why, you know what I mean? All hands on
Nah,
deck, bro.
and
Everyone has a job.
what you're gonna do? First thing you're doing when you touch land.
You already know where we're going, bro. That's why you have to get the ratio right, you know what I mean? On the ship, you have to make sure the ratio is ratioing still, because
But nah, I think that era is probably one of my favorites. I don't even know if it was really real or fictional, but that era was
oh, the pirates.
what, bro? That era was mad,
That being
bro.
that's real, bro.
yeah.
No, I'm not saying he's not real. I'm just saying like that era of like what we're actually getting.
Yeah. Don't
A lot
get
of
me
it is
wrong.
actually unknown, bro.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but the man them definitely gassed up the story, but I'm alright with them gassing the story up still.
No,
Get
the
me?
gas version is dope, but the
Nah, it's
actual
dope. man.
version, I don't think we can stomach the actual version. Like man
Don't
eating
think
man
none
at
of it.
sea was a thing, bro.
Why not?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, that's the bun up still.
You man seen Heart of the Sea, right?
yeah,
Nah, bun up, man. Bun up. Bun up.
man,
No, but I'm
man, he's crazy.
Just so you
He's
know,
terrible
man
on
wasn't
fire, blood.
eating like that back in them days. you
Nah,
know?
that's man on the fire for that, bro. Big up him, man.
You imagine what Monarchs would have been like back then, blood. Off with your head, blood. Man said,
Yeah, I
what?
like it.
Wait, get him out of here, blood. Get him out of the camp,
Nah,
blood.
like obviously we're on the pirate thing and Pirates of the Caribbean, but my man was trying to kiss the mermaid, and man was like, "Yo, I ain't did a lot of things right in my life." I said, "I gotta get a kiss from a proper mermaid, fam. This is how I'm going out. I'm gonna be remembered as the guy who got a proper kiss from a mermaid." I was feeling him. I was with him. I'm like, bro, you've been a nobody, bro. Yeah.
You know what times would have been cheap to live in, bro? You know the 1600s, like Salem and that. Them times, bro. Brother.
You'll be fine with that book, bro.
Brother, the witches of that. Bro, the whole
They
thing's
weren't
crazy.
witches, you know. They weren't witches.
Yeah. But you gotta imagine, once you're accused of being a witch, it's over for you, blood. Because
Yeah.
once they put you on trial, they're gonna throw, they're just gonna tie rocks to you and dash you in the water. And if you float and you come up, you're a witch, but you're dead. And if you sink, you weren't a witch, but you're dead.
Nah. Imagine the code going around here, a little code and that. You're the only one that didn't get it. Ah, you're a witch, bro. Get him out.
Nah, bro. I think Neil deGrasse might have said the same thing, where he was like, you know, the Karens with the cats.
Yeah,
Cats prevent mice from coming in. Mice bring plague. Mice ain't going where the cats are. So the only one that didn't get affected by the plague was the single lady with 10 cats.
Now you look like a witch.
You're a witch. And that's where the cats and the witch came from.
What did they say was in the water in Salem, bro? Was it there was there was something in the water, bro, that was making everyone sick. But because
Because I'm saying, women have been bitches since the beginning of time, innit? So imagine they got the little group and that, and like you heard what fucking Carol said and that. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just say she's a witch. So
The coldest way to get rid of a man back there was with a rumor, fam.
yeah, just a rumor.
Whatever the death penalty is, if two men said, "Yep, seen him,"
I think about it all the time with like Herod and that. The man just said, "Yo, Herod, brother, I know you're trying to be the king and that, but I heard there's a baby, and man's gonna be the king." What? What you mean, blood? Yeah, it's the
When
king,
that baby,
bro.
you know.
All right, say no more. Send the troops out. Go kill that baby, blood. I can't have.
Steve said he lives 40 minutes from Salem, bro. Man.
Yeah,
Wait,
Steve got the
is
long
in
hair.
the States in that.
Same,
Big up
bro.
Steve still. Wait, what's
You imagine that? You know that? Man said man to go kill Jesus, but I said, listen, I heard that baby's born. Get rid of him, blood, because I'm the only king around here. That's just mirror on the wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's basically what he did. Mirror on the wall. Who's the first king of them all? Herod, it's not you still, Car. God just had a youth. And he's about to run stuff. Alright.
Yeah. No,
Send
we
the man.
can't have none of that.
It's great, bro. Yeah, man. Them history times, blood. Yeah, man. There's certain I love it. I love
The
history.
only reason I would never go back there is because I don't know if it's a agenda or the Hollywood propaganda. I know I heard about Sodom and Gomorrah, but the freedom them loose men had back in the days, I'm questioning it. I don't think it was that prolific.
Yeah, the Spartans are moving mad as well, isn't it?
No, but I feel like I'm not doubting it existed because, like I said, I've heard the story of Sodom and Gomorrah and that, bro. But I don't think we get to billions of people if it was as prolific as they say. You see what I'm trying to say, Ends? You're telling me there was just cities of this. So where's the?
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? Like,
what's the thing?
Did we go through a phase of wiping them out, and then they're coming back into style, and we have to wipe them out again, and they're gonna is because if that's not the cycle.
What you man saying though? Like you man are Genghis Khan's cousin and that. I heard still.
Maybe you are.
That's what they said, blood. Genghis Khan wiped out so many dons and that, blood, and raped up so many things, but that everyone's his cousin, blood. That's what they said, blood. That's what they said, blood. Go check it, bro.
Nah, that's just the story they tell, man, to just,
bro, that's the story you're telling yourself.
That's when the man walking around. I told you, the man them that's walking around with the scrolls writing the stories, bro.
And you know what's crazy as well, bro? We have to rely on some man that vowed to never touch vagina to tell the story. You notice that? Oh, so now I just said something weird. Bro, that's the fact. The man them that writes this story don't know what vagina is like, and I'm supposed to just believe him. Safe.
Man, just ask
why do you man keep leaving the pause there, bro? For let it just sink in.
You know, man had him random questions in the chat, and then like, man, the goldfish have a penis, bro. They have a thingy in it. The gonomodium. That's what it's called. The organ. I think it's inside of them, innit? I know that clownfish are trans though.
Hey, what up?
Nah, but it's not right. It's goldfish blood. It's not my blood. They got the penis inside them, blood. It's the science blood.
What up?
Yeah, but clownfish are trans though, blood. Man, they want to believe me about that, but I'm telling you.
Throw that on the fire, bro.
They're trans blood.
Right,
So at some point, if you're a clownfish, you have to chop your brethren.
Gonna have to throw the water on the fire, man. I've got an early morning gym session.
Hey, bro, I don't know why you don't want to respond to what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, bro. If you're a clownfish, you have to chop your brethren, blood, at some point, bro. That's how it works, bro.
Guys, hope you enjoyed.
You start off as a boy, and then you change to a female clownfish, blood, and then your brethren.
You guys enjoyed the stream. If you joined late, tough.
Which means that Nemo and his dad were trans, blood. Big up Nemo. Old type Bruce and them, man, and Dory, you get me?
Hey, Dory's still my favorite, man.
This bitch can't remember anything, blood.
Might be a good thing. That was a very big up, guys. Hey, lessons learned, man. So we learn about sailing. We learn about, the man them want to take over the planet.
I can remember that part, but
maybe I thought it in my head. I don't know.
I didn't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I did that on the mirror. I don't remember trying to take over the planet, brother.
What if we did? What if
Actually, nah. You know what? I do remember that, but it wasn't tonight. But that was a confession of he who shall not be named. Yeah, man told me that's what he wanted to do, Savage. I'll brief you in the back office.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm still trying to figure out why man's dressed as cosplay as the hacker, blood. This guy's a cosplay as anonymous, blood. I don't know what he's trying to do, blood, but this.
I'm gonna have to give this a listen back in the morning to see if my brain cells is at the same level it was.
Alright, people, catch you guys on the next time, man. Hey, let us know in the comments, man. Did you enjoy the conversations? I did. Peace.
Peace.